Welcome into the Cam and Strick Podcast, episode number 293, fueled by First Form, baby.
Yoink.
Ugh.
Rawr. Fuck.
We went to Summer
I shouldn't even
Smash,
said
man.
that.
We went to Summer. Why are you starting off by saying...
I know. YouTube's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
They
I don't
are.
like you.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the people who are, have got kids in the car, they may feel...
Well, they don't have kids in your car and listen to this podcast.
People keep asking me, and I know you said it before, but the...
The age limit?
Mm-hmm.
14.
Oh, you've raised it.
14.
What if you're like 9 or 10, 11?
No, man. No, dude. And I don't want to cater to 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
No offense tonight. It's all good, but like, no. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is for you, driving to work,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And if your kids are old enough and you're going to practice, yeah, listen to it.
Mhm.
It's all good.
We went to Summer Smash over the weekend.
That was cool.
First Form's like, what do they call it? Customer appreciation barbecue, basically, is kind of what it is.
Barbecue. Place is jamming, man.
That place is jamming.
You got to know how to present yourself there because everybody's in shape. Like everybody's in shape. They're wearing workout clothes, and of course, Andy has no idea what to wear. He dresses like he's at practice with the Blues, and he's interviewing Braden Shen. That's how he dressed. And even your wife was making fun of you. You don't know. See, Andy doesn't know how to work out, so he doesn't know how to dress like the workout. And so
I didn't know if it was wearing workout clothes the whole time.
No. That's no. Don't play that.
Because I've got plenty of them.
Don't play that game with me. I've never seen you wear workout clothes anywhere. And last year we did the same thing, and you knew exactly what to expect this year.
No.
And yet you dress like a fucking librarian. And like your wife is chirping the whole time. I'm waiting for Andy. Of course, he's an hour late, and I'm waiting for him in the parking lot. Like, this is where you need to park. Do this. He walks up. He's like, "Hey, is this good?" And I'm like, I didn't want to like bring you down.
I had my pants from Normal brand. I had a First Form shirt on, which is workout, by the way.
Yeah, you just didn't look like a workout guy. It's all good.
It's just
we had a good time, man.
During the summer months, I only wear flip-flops. I felt like I couldn't wear my flip-flops, and I didn't want to wear like dress, nice shoes, so I just wore like a pair of like tennis shoes.
No, they weren't tennis shoes. They were they were shoes that you wear. Like if somebody says we're doing an event and like a charity event, dress business casual, that's how you dressed. The First Form party, man, like everybody's out like partying, like they got tank tops on, girls are dressed skimpy as shit. Everybody's in their workout stuff. Like it's like the one big vibe.
Yeah.
And then Andy walks in like he's writing a blog about shit. It's all good, man. It's all good. I gotta admit, I chirp Andy a lot, and I chirp Lori at times too for social media. But Lori is fun as shit, dude. Your girl is fun. She's happy. She parties. She's always like in the mix, talking to everyone. She's social. She's a social butterfly.
Yeah.
When I go places with Kate, like right off the bat, I met people. Then I had to like do something, and I had to go to the bathroom. I just completely ditched Kate.
Oh my god!
I know,
dude. You can't do that.
I had to pee. I knew people. I got to stop doing that. Like Kate's not. She knew Lori. She knows Christy.
Yeah.
And a couple other girls maybe. But I can't just leave her because she won't. Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go anywhere, Lori, you can leave her.
She's talking to everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Dude. Completely different than Kate, but Kate and her get along really well.
Yeah.
With Christy and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Nick's girl, by the way.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
No, they all had a great time. No, that's
She's
great,
cooler
man.
than you.
She loves. Oh, is she? But you know what?
She's cooler than
you.
you.
Want a girl that's cool.
I know. She's cooler.
Is that true?
No.
Really?
Because no. In your case, it's fine. But you usually don't want a girl that's cool. That means that she wants. I don't know. Like that she's
I don't know, man.
Everywhere she goes, she's high-fiving everybody.
But dude, no, because you ever hang out with somebody, but when their girls are around, it's just a downer.
Yeah, dude, that's not good.
You don't want that.
It's weird to find a cool couple that you like the guy and the girl equally.
Yeah,
it's tough to find. Yeah. There's only a handful of my people, and you guys are one of them.
Yeah, it's only a handful.
Lori's here, and you're like, so you need to.
I've got Kate way higher than you right now.
I'm pretty cool.
No, she's way cooler.
I'm the funnest guy in the world. Listen, I party. I'm fun. It is what it is. I know how to mingle. I could go do my thing.
He couldn't handle the rap music. The rap music was just hard for you to.
So they had
Vanilla Ice.
No, they had some other guy first.
That.
The guy that's on Ace Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
When Jim Carrey is in a police station, and he's talking, that guy talks like this, and he sticks his ass out and he starts speaking with his ass. That guy sings Funky Coma Dima.
No, that's Tone Loc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was there,
Yeah,
too.
he was there. I saw Tone Loc.
Well, why didn't you bring him up?
Well, I forgot.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I reminded you.
Yeah, Tone
Tone Loc, and
Mhm.
then, who was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ludacris.
No,
Listen-
Ludacris was before Tone Loc.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we missed Ludacris.
Doesn't matter. Here's the
Yeah.
point. If you're a rapper, rappers live aren't great, in my opinion. So if you're a rapper, you're out of breath. You're not really moving that much. I'm just not into it as much.
Mm-hmm.
People love Ludacris there. It's all good. But then Vanilla Ice shows up. And I'm like, fucking Vanilla Ice. Like, what's up? He was pretty damn
How
good.
old is he?
55.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that. 55. He looked great.
He was good.
He had a
was good.
techno song he was singing.
Yeah, he was.
And I
He
was
was
like,
better
fuck,
at
this is-
singing than rapping.
Yeah, I agree.
He's kind of nerdy when he raps. Like he's just like
Well,
he
he's-
still tries to be like the
He's like you
like
rapping.
he's an OG, you know.
Yeah.
He
No,
could
is an OG.
not freestyle.
No,
dude.
he is
He
an
could
OG.
not freestyle. He tried freestyling,
He's an OG. Andy.
which is really the center of someone's ability to rap. If you can't freestyle, I don't know. It
He's
just
an OG
it
rapper.
kind of
dude. It's
discredits
true.
you a little bit.
Although he got hung off a balcony
Yeah.
by
So
Suge Knight.
what happened there? So Suge Knight,
Suge Knight fucking shaked him down, dude.
Mhm. He probably was scared to death, man.
Oh yeah, Shuggy will put you downtown Chinatown.
Doesn't care.
And he'll go to jail. He'll
Yeah.
run the jail.
Mhm.
And he'll still run his business from jail.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. Is he still alive? I don't know. But he shook down.
Oh, he's still alive. He's in jail. Yeah.
He shook down Vanilla Ice back in the day.
Wow.
But Ice was cool. And then Steve Aoki came on at the end. And I'm not really into like the techno stuff. He was
He didn't play
fantastic.
techno. He played some.
The whole thing was techno.
No, it was not.
It was, dude.
He's
The
just a
whole thing.
DJ.
Yeah.
He's
played
playing
techno
like
music.
pop music and
Yeah,
like
with a
Adele,
techno-
Adele and shit.
Oh, he played Adele?
Yeah.
Yeah. The techno version of
Oh,
Adele. Do
okay.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Adele is just singing into he's not playing.
I
it.
know. No,
He's
I
playing
know.
the techno
he
version
puts
of it.
he put some beats underneath
Fire
it.
going
and
on,
whatever.
no shirt on, waving his hair around.
Yeah.
It's cool as fuck.
Yeah. And I think he had a show that night in Vegas too. Like he was leaving
really?
to go
Take
straight
a
to
jet.
Vegas.
Boom.
You
500K
know,
a
he
night.
makes about $500K a show,
Yeah, that makes sense.
allegedly, and apparently he's worth $120 million.
I bet you he's worth more than that.
Now, you're right about Conor McGregor, by the way. His net worth, I think he made
He's almost a billionaire, dude.
a couple $100 million off his vodka sales, according to one of my
Dude,
sources.
he's almost a billionaire.
hmm
He was one of the highest paid athletes.
Poirier lose this weekend?
Yeah.
He's pretty upset.
I
about
saw that. That was UFC 302. Sean Strickland, your cousin,
it. Yeah.
won, gave a shout out to Trump. And then Poirier went in there against that the Machiov kid
Yeah.
from fucking, those guys are
Is
so,
he from Russia?
dude, they're like,
Is he fighting Grizzlies?
they're like Chechnyan, dude. You know, they're like, that's Khabib's people.
Oh, yeah.
Mean.
So he was talking to Khabib after the fight. Khabib
Dustin
was
Poirier
there.
is my
Yeah.
favorite fighter.
I thought he lost, but has a lot of grace in
Dustin
defeat.
Poirier is about as cool as you can get. He's cool. He's old school. He's from Louisiana, man, down south.
Does he not normally lose? Like,
Yeah, he's lost a
Has he?
bunch. Yeah, but he hasn't won a title, man.
was it a decision?
No, he got choked out, dude. The fifth round. Yeah.
Damn.
Got choked out in the fifth round. And one of the refs fucked up, too. Somebody had an arm bar. And listen, some guys don't tap.
Mhm.
So if you got their arm locked out, like, blah, blah, they think they're too... No, you got to... No, ref, get the fuck
Get
in
him
there.
out of there.
Don't have him hurt his arm so he's out for 2 years. You know, he's permanently damaged. Like,
When-
you got to know when to get in there.
When is someone going to die in the octagon?
Here's the thing.
Like, how much insurance is Dana White taking out?
Probably a lot. But when's the guy going to die on the ice again? Listen, you're probably more likely to die in a hockey game than a goddamn UFC
Do you
fight.
really believe that?
Yes. Why do you think that is?
Because there's skates and sharp edges.
There's weapons everywhere.
Yeah.
What else?
Well, they're playing at a high speed.
100%. What else?
They're big.
Yeah. Keep going.
It's physical.
Break.
You could hit your head on the ice.
There you go. And what else can you hit your head on? What's an immovable object that's around an ice rink? The boards.
Yeah, you can hit
You
your head on the
go
boards, the glass.
100
Yeah.
miles an hour into the boards, you fall,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you hit the boards, you break your neck, you could die.
Mhm.
You're probably more likely to die in a hockey game than a UFC fight.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Think how scary hockey is. Seriously, all you out there, and I don't want you to be scared about getting your kids into it, your son or your daughter, but hockey is horrific. Another thing you have, what if you take that little black puck, made of rubber,
right in the
100
face.
miles an hour in your face? You could fucking die from that. You could die breaking your neck going to the boards.
Well, you could die playing baseball.
Not likely.
You could
die.
100 mile per hour ball hitting you directly in the face.
Sure, but that happens every day in hockey. So it's like, okay, that's their pressure. That happens every single.
Didn't somebody take a ball in the
Yes,
stands
happened.
and maybe die?
Some chick got rocked the other day. Yeah, maybe that did happen. And then they put the foul.
Yeah. Thing up. Yeah.
That happened in, I think, Windsor too, where an old lady died.
Yeah. I remember.
Or a young girl.
I remember when that little girl died in Columbus. It was terrible.
Oh, it was Columbus.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yeah.
I think in junior
and she got hit by a puck.
Yes.
And the president of the Blues at the time called me and said, "Hey, listen, we're testing these nets. Come down here and walk the rink with me, and let's see. I want to get your take on how, like,
What take would you give, though?
If it's distracting, how distracting it is.
Oh, okay, as a fan.
Can you see?
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
he
That's
wanted
cool.
some people to
I was
kind
gonna say,
of
like, hey,
no,
take a slap shot this way. And see
no. He wanted some people to see, get their feedback.
That's cool.
On what it looked like.
You could see.
And I was like, man, this is gonna be difficult.
Oh, really? It was blocked your vision that much?
Well, just think if you never had that there, and then now it's there for the first time. Your thought process is, wow, this is going to be way too difficult of an adjustment. But now you watch a game, it's almost like it's been there at all times, and it should always be there. I look at even the low glass behind the bench where the fans sit, and there's still areas of the ice along the blue lines and whatever where fans are still exposed, man. If a puck, gets deflected, it can go into the stands at a high rate of speed and do some real damage.
So, like, again, I think hockey's the most dangerous sport, like, when it comes to...
Football's dangerous, too.
Yeah, dude, football. But, like, there's weapons in hockey, though. Like, I could step on your wrist and you could bleed.
You want to know what the most dangerous sport is right now?
Sport?
Yeah, the most dangerous sport. And I'm not
talking...
the
four major sports, so there's, like, little sports.
And I'm not talking freestyle skiing and, some of that.
The most dangerous
bobsledding, which is very dangerous as well.
I think I know... factual what it is?
Well, of course it is. It's got to be factual. Just watch.
Do you know? Bull riding.
Well, no. Ocho Cinco just did that recently. He was fine.
Fuck him.
Does a great podcast with Shannon Sharp. Shannon
Sharp gets chirped by Antonio Brown like no other.
Does he?
Fuck yeah. Dude, I like AB on Twitter, man. I don't like when he chirps Caitlin Clark for, like, private area bushy stuff. I don't like that.
Does he say that?
Yeah, he gets a little weird with that stuff.
That's so uncalled for, man.
And I just said I don't like that part of it.
Yeah.
But everything else.
Well, the fact that you even brought that completely makes him not funny.
Oh, he's hilarious on Twitter, dude. Antonio Brown, broke as fuck. He is hilarious.
He
on
is
Twitter,
broke,
man.
huh?
He broke his shit.
He could have played 3 more years if
he's a fucking idiot.
If he just kept his shit together.
He's an idiot.
He could have made another $50-60 million.
But he's funny on Twitter. That's
okay.
all. That's all. I mean, except where he chirps, like the Caitlin Clark having a hairy bush. Like, that's not funny to me. Like, I don't think that's funny.
No, that's not even.
It's just not.
You
funny.
said it twice now about Caitlin.
Well, it's a big deal.
Okay, the most dangerous sport right now going is the WNBA.
Oh, you're a fucking nerd.
Do you see what they're doing to her, Cam?
Man, this ain't that big of a deal.
Dude, it is. Is it
racial? Are they racist, Andy, in your opinion? All these African-American girls, they see this little white girl, although, imagine she looked like Livy Dunn, how jealous they would be. She's not even that good. Like, she's not like a model, dude. Like, Caitlin Clark, there's pictures of her. She looks kind of manly. She does her thing.
Not really. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you see her on the basketball.
With shoulders, like.
Yeah, I know, but you see her on the basketball court.
I just think that if she looked like one of the, like, Paige Sporanic or something, or whatever her last name is.
You think they'd be more jealous?
Oh, my God, yeah. But they do. Are they racist? Is it racism involved?
I don't know, man.
Well, you're the one that brought this up.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Are they jealous?
They're 100%
because
jealous.
she's white and she's making more money.
Okay.
And she's straight.
Okay. It's a loaded question right now.
Well, that's the question of all questions.
I mean, Maddie's just back there being like, how's he going to answer this?
You know what's
okay.
He knows the answer.
He's got that haircut.
I just want you to say it. What do you think it is? Wow, can black people be racist like that, Andy?
Okay.
Is that weird?
Well, I don't like to always put myself inside the minds of other people, okay? I feel like it's jealousy, 1,000%, because of her fame, the amount of money she's making, the amount of attention that she's brought to the sport. And I know people are going to say, well, that's why they should let. She's making a shit ton of endorsements.
Nice.
She made a lot in college.
She's still making only shit.
She was on ESPN every single day.
Mm-hmm.
She was one of the faces of sports. I mean, one of the prime faces of sports. She's come into a league full of alpha females, right? And they are going to make life hard on her. Now, I look at it a couple different ways because, some people brought up a good point on my Twitter because I said, I'm not having this anymore, man. This cheap shot, all this bullshit going on. You see some, we got Chris Pronger coming on in this episode. Like when a young phenom would come into the league at 18, he would make their life miserable. I don't care if it was Jonathan Taves, if it was Rick Nash. I just remember those guys coming in, Patrick Kane, he would have them scared to death on the ice.
Hockey's different.
Okay? It is. So, but my point is, I don't mind the intimidation factor. If these old vets, they want to make life hard on her,
fine.
Hey, so be it. But when you start doing the bullshit, and when her own teammates don't have her back, and they don't stand up for her,
that's right, Andy.
Right in front of their face.
That's what I saw.
That's where the sport is just losing me, and that's where a lot of these other girls, man, who play.
What is it?
They don't defend their own teammate, dude. It's hardcore jealousy. Now.
Why are they more jealous than any other sport, you think?
Because they're women, dude. That's why. Oh, my God. Can I not say that? No.
You keep going.
Oh, my God.
Now I'm putting you on the spot.
You know how women get.
Now, because of course it is.
Like women get jealous if you talk to another female at a bar.
So you're saying women are more jealous than men?
Probably by nature. I'm not saying anything that's crossing the line by any means. I'm not saying every woman is jealous. My wife is not a jealous person.
No, she's not. Until she gets jealous.
I know, but she can be.
Well, she's married to you.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you know? You're not walking in 6'4" with long blonde hair and girls are all over you. Mm-hmm. So she's not going to be jealous of you that much. But if you get a ton of attention,
Cam,
am I wrong on that? Think about it.
No, but I'm around, out and about, whatever. She could. There's plenty of reasons where she could be jealous and whatever. She doesn't get jealous. It's not her, and I don't give her.
You don't put her in that.
No, I don't
put her in that situation to be jealous.
No, I don't.
Nor could you probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not a jealous person. But if you look like Nick from First Form and you're cruising around and girls are all over you, she might think differently.
Mm-hmm. Possibly.
I gave her a compliment earlier. Now I got to kind of bring it back to be realistic on things.
But I'm just saying,
women. Again,
I think women by nature probably have a little more of a jealous gene.
But I was jealous of people
over men. Hey, a lot of men are super jealous. Why do you think the men flip out?
We get jealous too, dude. Like I was jealous of players on my own team at times.
No, listen, I deal with that 100%.
Sometimes I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, man, I gotta get my shit together.
Okay, but you asked me the question, are they jealous? And I said, women, by nature probably have some.
They do, man.
Jealousy.
You're not
so. They're not used to this in the WNBA.
No,
they're not used to a rookie coming in. Although every year there's always a big college star that comes in.
Name one.
But they're not used to one at this level who comes in and immediately. Well, Lisa Leslie. She was very, very popular.
What year was that?
It was 90s.
Exactly. You had to go back to Lisa Leslie. Like
Rebecca Lobo.
Like, come on. How about the one girl? These two girls are on the jump ball. And they're like, how old are you now? And she goes, I'm 30. And then the other girl goes, I'm 27, but my pussy's old. And she was mic'd up. The other girl was mic'd up. She's like, I'm mic'd up. And it blew up. You didn't see that?
No.
I know. That was kind of funny. I don't understand it, but what does that mean? You're 27 and your vagina's old.
Is that what she said?
Does that mean that you're getting rocked?
I don't know.
And it's worn out or something?
I don't know. But all I know is I don't know what's driving the jealousy. But I'll tell you this, man, and I mean it.
A white straight girl that's getting a lot of attention? You don't think that's jealous?
Cam?
I'm asking you.
I think are the white girls not jealous too?
Of what?
Of her.
I don't know. Do you see any? How many are there?
Well, I'm sure. I mean,
is Cameron Brink jealous?
I don't know.
They're probably jealous of her too. She was really good. God, she's good looking.
But who's going to defend her, dude? What's the league going to do here?
Twist her.
No. I mean this. I want you to answer this question. What is the league going to do to control this, dude?
Nothing. They're gonna.
you think this is good for the league?
Yeah, because we're talking about it.
Okay. So it's good for the league.
She's just going to be a badass, dude, and she's going to deal with it, and she's going to be a veteran.
Are we going to see a brawl? I feel like I think it was Angel Reese in her game when she got physically manhandled, female handled, and she got knocked down, dude.
Funny, dude.
And her teammate did not have her back.
I don't like that. That drives me nuts more than anything.
So if I'm the coach and the GM and the owner of, what team is she on?
Man, I don't know.
No. What team is Caitlin on?
Indiana.
The Fever, right?
Yeah. Get on your game.
Hey.
Get on your game.
I'm on the game.
These are your people.
Okay.
This is your sport.
I would have the baddest version that you can find.
Charles Oakley.
The Charles Oakley version.
Yeah, baby.
The Ron Artest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Get in there.
Yeah, I would have that version of the WNBA player on the court with Caitlin.
Yeah.
And, hey, listen, we're going to pay your fines. We're going to handle your suspensions. You don't let anyone put a finger on her.
Yeah, but what does that mean? So how do you counter that in basketball?
And did you see the girl?
No. Answer my question.
Hold on. You see the girl at her press conference after she's like, I ain't answering any Caitlin Clark questions.
And then they both got fined. And listen, when you get fined $1,000 and that girl doesn't have that many endorsements, that hit her pretty good.
Well, that's what they got to start doing. They got to start finding these girls.
You find them, then. Actually, this doesn't bother me that much, but I do think.
Damn, that's not basketball.
No, I know it's terrible, but that happened to Jordan.
She shouldn't have to endure that.
There's a video of Caitlin Clark in college doing the same thing as somebody too. So like it's out there. Like we've all done that. Should I hit you against the boards and almost smash your head open?
She did that to somebody in college?
Yep. There's video because everybody's like countering it. You know what I mean? Really look up.
But it's like they got to protect their investment.
Still, we're talking about
they better protect their.
We're talking about the WNBA before the NHL playoffs. So like we gotta like.
Are they going to protect their investment?
Exactly. No, not just the Fever's investment.
Who the hell's the commissioner of the WNBA?
I don't know. I have no idea.
What if she says, you know what? I'm not going to play in this league.
I'm just going to do commercials. Yeah. I'm going to go play in Europe somewhere, not Russia, but Europe.
I'm going to go play in Europe. I'm not going to play in your league.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do commercials.
And then no one will talk about the WNBA again.
And
until Cameron Brink walks in a skimpy outfit and looks beautiful.
Listen, this guy Austin Rivers, he tried to have like this, and I didn't watch the whole thing.
I saw it.
But I stopped watching when they make stupid comments at the beginning when he's saying that the league was failing miserably because they weren't making any money, yet the players need to be paid more. It's like, dude,
I get exactly
what you're saying. Do you even know what you're saying? You're saying, dude, you're like saying they should be paid more, but you just said they don't make any money as a league.
He's trying to balance himself out with his comments.
Is that virtue signaling?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, it is. You're doing one thing, and you're like, I got to balance this out. So it's fake.
All these analysts from like other sports are like trying to weigh in on the whole Caitlin situation.
Yeah. Hey, like us,
they just need to put a badass, you know what?
Badass biatch up there, man.
Put her on the court with her and let her protect her.
Yeah, I get that, man. It ain't that big of a deal. I don't give a shit that much.
But I feel like her own teammates are probably just as jealous, if not more.
Maybe you're right. They didn't do anything to kind of like defend her, but look, that's a.
I am not having it.
I know you're not, Andy, and you're gonna do a lot about it too. But yeah, man, the weekend was great. A lot of drama going on.
What do you think of Trump?
34 counts?
Yeah.
I think it might help him. It's scary because now the Republicans are going to go back and they're going to just do the same thing, and it's going to be chaos, and we don't need that. As Americans, as a whole, you don't want that. And listen, the Democrats got a damn good ground game, man. They're mean. They'll get you. The Republicans are useless at times, man. Trump's in his own little world, dude. The Republicans hate him. The fucking Dems hate him. And that's why I kind of like
Why does he run as a Republican, then?
Because what he's going to run as independent? You can't, because it doesn't work.
They won't win that way?
Well, what was the last independent that was president?
He could.
What was the last independent?
You don't think he would have the same following?
I don't know.
Do you think, because he's got a following.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you didn't know that, he's got like a.
I know he does.
He's got like a.
I watch UFC.
It's like a cult following.
Yeah, he's got a bigger following than you think. Maybe
so. I don't think he's got like just like a Republican following.
No, he's got a lot of people.
A following.
I just think that's the way you need to go about business whenever you want to win is just either a Republican or a Democrat. Unfortunately, RFK is in the mix,
but he used to be a Democrat.
Trump did.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember all the rappers fucking rapped about him? They pumped him up. Everybody pretty much people like Trump, man. They respected him.
You think they still like him, the rappers
Yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do. He's a fucking OG gangster.
Was Aaron Rodgers getting booed at the UFC?
Yeah, he didn't shake Trump's hand and stuff like that.
Yeah, why? What was
that? Because he didn't want to get a photo op with it. He just wants to be independent and get away from, hey, I'm not voting for him. I'm not taking any sides. I'm my own person.
Really?
Yes, I think that was just strategic political
That was
play
strategic by him?
Aaron Rodgers, yes.
Wasn't he going to run for office or something at one point or get involved?
With RFK, who's independent. So, yes. So I think that he just...
So then there maybe is something to that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Well, that was a smart move by Aaron Rodgers. He called an audible, basically.
Maybe. I don't mind Aaron. He's at least he's different.
Yeah.
Called out all these, the COVID stuff and so and ouchie Fauci's and had a jam right now. Who he's like in my top Rushmore of people I don't like is Anthony Fauci for sure.
Tony?
Yeah, because
why?
Well, the taxpayers pay for his salary, and
he's not under any type of criminal investigation, is he?
I mean, he lied to the American people, man.
Did he?
Oh, yeah, you funded the lab in China.
No,
remember all the beagles that you had, these little puppy dogs that you experimented on and stuff like that? Like, so much weird thing. Anthony Fauci, he lied to the people, man.
He knowingly lied?
Fuck yeah. Anthony Fauci knowingly lied about COVID and all these different things where he just made up stuff just to kind of move an agenda? Absolutely. Absolutely, I think he did. So he's
sold it to the administration.
Yeah, he's on my my Mount Rushmore. People I cannot stand is Anthony Fauci, but it's all good, man. We all got to deal with it. Other people hate other people. That's all good.
Yeah.
Well, it'll hopefully sort itself out.
Yeah.
And people will vote the right way or whatever the case is. But this is chaos here. It's chaos. Whether you're a Trump fan, you're a Biden, you're a neither, you're this, you're pro fucking Israel, you're pro. Palestine, this, that, and the other. There's so many different factions going on, man. It's a little scary.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're smart enough as a country.
But you know what's interesting is some of these different factions who oppose one another still align themselves on the same side politically.
Yeah, man. Because you could be this and still be that, you know.
Which I'm not used to seeing in the past.
Not everybody's one-dimensional, like fucking blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you go to Creve Card Racket Club with Andy, like everybody's probably thinking the same thing. Like this is what, like no, I think this way, but also this makes sense, and I like this guy. Ooh, that.
Like the pro-Palestine people probably vote which way politically?
Democrat for sure.
Okay.
I would say,
and so do the Pride people probably.
But then
right?
a lot of
yet they're like
they're
clashing.
I know they're eating each other a little bit,
and the pro-Palestine people vote Democrat. So do the large majority of the Jewish population.
Which is weird.
And they're not. They're
Those
clashing.
are your people. Why is that, you think?
So it's what? You know what I mean?
Listen, we're in the greatest nation in the world, and we always have to remember that. And it always sorts itself out. But you just got to be aware of what's going on. You can't have your head in the sand.
Right.
And then blindly be attached to some agenda.
Yeah.
Just do your shit. Okay. There's a little bit of stuff on each side everybody can come together.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as voting, man, you just got to pick what's more. What do you think is, like for me, like we are in such a divide. We need to somehow come together and pay attention.
I was looking up the Carolina Hurricanes roster though.
Okay. You just asked me about all this stuff. So anyway. So it's crazy, man, but it's all good, dude. It's all good, man. We had a good weekend. There's a lot of shit going on. The Oilers in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah.
You got chicks in Edmonton flashing their
oh my god
off.
How about, do you like Stanley Cup Mama, that lady who's in the wheelchair, but then she stands up too, I believe. And she's in like full on like silver face paint, body paint, Stanley Cup on the head. She's at the outside in like the mosh pit.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
You don't see her?
But
dude, everyone's seeing her.
But I wonder if that chick that flashed her breasts, was that an OnlyFans play? You know what I mean?
Oh,
usually when girls do that stuff.
Did they identify who she is?
I don't know. But I bet you she's probably part of OnlyFans. It's probably making like $40,000 a month. And now she's probably making $100,000 a month.
Is there anything I could do on OnlyFans?
Bang your girl. I would say Lori would be attractive. You would bring it back down. I don't think it can handle your body in the mix, being that serious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they can, but if you just film Lori doing stuff and show her feet and stuff like that, you can make money. But if you get in there and start like, hey, look at me, people are going to be like, what the fuck is this?
No, I wouldn't want that. Does it have to be sexual for OnlyFans?
No, have her cooking you a fucking vegan meal and see what happens. Unless you're showing her feet the whole time.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you could probably make some money. But once you get involved, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this?
And I'm not talking about me specifically.
Well, you asked.
And I'm telling you, anybody out there.
Yeah, girls can make money. But the bitch of it is like, would suck because if you're a girl and you're like, I'm going to be on OnlyFans, and then no one subscribes to you, that's got to be a down feeling for you.
Oh, my God.
Because listen to me.
Yes.
Because listen to me.
I bet you that happens all the time. It's not, see, Cam's presenting it like anybody who does this on OnlyFans
is going to make money.
Is going to make money. I bet you
said this.
A very small percentage of people are actually successful making money at this. Yeah.
You're wrong on that. Because everybody has a fetish no matter what. But if you are a woman and you're like,
do you have a fetish?
I like ass. I like a tight ass. It is what it is. If you got a nice butt on you, you're good to go with me.
Fetish, dude? I think
I don't know.
Most people like
I like a nice, maybe not. Guys, some guys are boob guys. Some guys are feet guys. Some guys are this, that, and the other. Some guys like trannies. Fuck, I don't know. But my point is, like, if you're a girl and you're on OnlyFans and now you're a whole fucking dude, because you know how many people that
should everyone assume
you know how
you're
people,
looking at their girl's ass?
Yeah. You know how many people you know that are on OnlyFans? You don't even know how many people that you know that are literally.
Oh, I bet you I don't know very many.
I bet you, well, you're maybe not probably with you because they're all, who the fuck knows?
You think you know a lot of people who are on OnlyFans?
That are registered at OnlyFans, men. I'm talking about men.
Well, they just go on there and watch.
Yes, they paid
to pay for that.
Yes, I bet you we know a shit ton of people.
Oh, I bet you. Oh, for something like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Listen,
I thought you were saying.
My point is, if you're a girl, say you're a girl from Eureka, and we all went to high school together, you're on OnlyFans. I bet you a ton of my buddies are watching OnlyFans, and they see the girl that they went to high school with, so they know her. She's still around town. She's doing OnlyFans, and she's not making that much money, which they could all see how many subscribers she has and stuff like that. And she's walking around town. Some people know she is. She's not making that much money off of it. You're probably in a low point of your life. Like, fuck, this didn't work out for me. But I'm still exposed to the people around town, so I get chirped everywhere I go.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like Andy doing OnlyFans, and he's walking around Creek 4 Racket Club, and so everybody's like, there he is. We saw him the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'd be pretty tough. But there's money to be made, you know. Feet finder, Andy. That's what it is. There's a lot of feet fetish. Yeah, there's a lot.
I've never understood that fetish.
Never got it, man. Kate's feet are beautiful, but I'm not like, give me that.
People who are so into feet.
Yeah, I'm not into it. Man, I just went out there and there's a water fountain out there, man. This guy's he's working on this water fountain out there, sweating his ass off, just right out here.
He's fixing it?
He's fixing the water fountain. He's got tools everywhere, boom, laid out. He's got all this stuff going on. He's sweating his ass off. He's reading this fucking direction manual. And I'm just like, dude, you good, man? You need a water? So he's like, no, I'm good.
You need a water. He's working on the water fountain, dude. It's
not working. That's why he's working on it. And he wants fresh water. He said no. And I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he probably has so many different jobs all day. And he's like, you gotta fix this water fountain at this place.
You know, my brain doesn't.
And he's like looking up, like, I'm like, man, I couldn't do it.
My brain doesn't work like
that. I
can't read directions like that.
Can't do it.
You ever bought like a piece of furniture or something like that and tried to fix it and put it together, and then it's just completely going haywire? I am a
one-dimensional son of a bitch.
I have people come over to do the easiest shit.
It's not good. You need to work on your game, just like I do.
I'm pretty good, but I really put my mind to it.
Oh, yeah, like what?
If I
like what?
Get a piece, something like, this is where being a dad helped me, because I had to buy things. I had to put together.
Yeah.
I had to put together wagons. I had to put together
playhouses,
cars.
Yes,
playhouses. I had to put together a number of
Lego stuff with them, or
no, I don't. My mind doesn't handle that very well. I don't like Legos anyway. I don't want all those all over the house.
I bet you got toys all over the fucking.
My kids got into like little Lego sets. We never had like crazy Legos going on.
I'm one-dimensional. I can't.
I know you are. What is that dimension?
Shit, I guess entertainment.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. What's yours?
Ooh, I got a good number of things.
What is it?
At least more than
what
one
is it?
Dimension, probably.
What's your dimension?
I don't know. That's a good question.
What's your one dimension? Mine's entertainment.
Yeah,
what's yours?
Probably entertaining.
Is it?
Yeah, probably.
Like what? Making people laugh? Is it your storytelling?
Maybe.
What is it? Hey, so we had Prongs on this episode. And you know, Andy like texts me every show like, hey, you got to be on your game. You got to bring the energy. Like always something with everybody that we interview. And so we get Prongs on and he's like, calls me. He's like, hey, remember, we don't need to talk to him about his career. Cam, we don't need to talk about his career with him. Let's have a conversation.
We already did that.
Let's have a conversation, Cam. That's what he says to me. Let's have a conversation. That's all I do is have a conversation. Then fucking Bally's Andy comes in here and starts asking him fucking Bally's questions all goddamn time.
I didn't.
No, you did. I called you Bally's Andy because you were asking him questions about his career out the bat, and Prongs literally looked at me and goes, what the fuck is this? Yelling at me because of the question you were asking about.
No.
So what was that all about?
Bat,
what was that all about?
I didn't get into hockey that much.
Right off the bat, he even looked at me and stopped the interview and said, what is he doing? And I go, stop Bally's, Andy, which we love Bally's because Andy does a damn good job on there. But this was a completely
It was
interview.
a great interview.
Damn good interview.
So
But I had to get you like back in focus a little bit. What's wrong?
I was like forgetting things and stuff like that. I wasn't like remembering a few easy like the Crosby 2010 golden goal. Like, of course I know when that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're not talking about that.
And like I wasn't putting two and two together. I was like, what was your last Olympics? He said 2010. I just didn't I didn't associate the Crosby goal right off the bat. But my first question for him was, is there a difference between being wealthy and being rich? I asked him if he was wealthy or if he was rich because Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Hyman.
He's rich.
I think he's top 5 all time in career.
Yogs is what, number 1?
Well, maybe.
Can we look that up real quick? That's interesting.
Yeah.
The most wealthy, Gretter is probably worth a lot.
Tkachuk's up there too, man.
But you consider him now he is with his kids making money and stuff like that. But
yeah,
wealth I look as you got 3 generations and you're going to be okay, 3 or 4. Even if your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids fuck everything up, you're still okay. That's wealth to me. Not just a hockey player that played 20 years in the league and all of a sudden he's got $10 million coming down to his kids. Like, that's not wealth. Wealth is generational, man. Built up, oil companies, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. The top 5 wealthiest hockey players going.
Okay, well,
Kretter's got to be up there, not because of what he got paid when he played,
well,
but like what
net worth.
His net worth. What does this say?
Well, okay, so let's start with number 1.
Yeah, number 1. Go.
Crosby.
He is?
His estimated earnings. Now, I don't know how old this story is, but it was
what's it say?
128 million, over 128 million.
Okay.
And he's actually underpaid right now.
I know he is.
You know,
making like 9.5.
So number 2 is Ovi.
Yeah.
124 million. Now this may be old, man. I don't know. Yager's 3.
Yep.
Malkin 4. Shea Weber 5. Anze Kopitar is 6.
Wow. Is Zach Parise up there? No way, because he played for the Devils too long. He wouldn't get paid.
Joe Thornton, Patrick Kane, Parise, Suter.
Yeah, Parise is up there. Okay. Matthew Tkachuk's going to be up there. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, he'll be up.
What do you think about the Stanley Cup final? Stop playing.
Wayne Gretzky. This is like Wayne Gretzky, Lemieux, Ovechkin, Crosby, Bure, Pronger, Messier, Malkin, Iginla, Lidstrom.
Wow.
But you know what? Prongs is like a good person to talk about how much they actually bring in after taxes and stuff like that. He's had some good threads and stuff like that with.
Yeah. So when you say 100 million, like that's about.
He's made over
55
million.
million.
He's made over 100 million. I mean, this guy was like one of the highest, if not the highest paid player in the game at one point.
So he's probably got about 40, 45 mil if he did everything right.
Mm-hmm. Probably more than that, but yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's not wealth still.
No, we've established that.
Yeah. Well, you were confused a little bit.
Like Gretzky probably has generational wealth.
I think so. I would say, yeah, because of the name and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That name will always be there.
Always.
You know, Prongs is a little different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Gretzky's just in a different stratosphere with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you got enough money. It's all good. You got enough money. But being wealthy, I look at like fucking the
But Pronger does have a great story to tell, and we're going to begin a public speaking business, and he's going to be telling his story to corporations and retreats and different companies who want to have him out to speak all over the world very, very soon. So if you want to book Chris Pronger, reach out to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Andy's little sidekick, little side job he's going to do for Prongs. And Prongs going to pay him like 0.2%.
What should I get out of that if I book the event?
I don't know. You worry about me, dude, because I don't give a fuck about wealthy fucking Pronger, and you're going to hook him up, to be honest with you.
Oh, do you want to talk too? Do you want to do public?
I'll do my own thing.
I can hire you to do some public.
I don't need you
Okay.
for that. Trust me.
You can talk to the. You did.
Are you going to speak?
Oh, I
Would
got.
you speak?
I would speak.
You going to tell a story? Your stories are fucking brutal.
How long would it take to get the story?
God, I don't know, man. It got off.
Hey, all right, let's get to the point here. Let's get to the point.
Yeah, we got to go.
Hey, but it was cool to see Edmonton win.
Yeah.
The Stanley Cup final doesn't start till Saturday.
Damn.
So we got a little bit of break here. Oilers and Panthers. I will say this, man, in terms of the league, I love this matchup. I really do.
I'd rather New York, but yeah, go ahead.
I get you, but
Yeah.
they weren't good enough, dude.
They weren't good enough.
So
You're damn right
it's like
they weren't.
the Dallas Stars. You're not good enough. I'm so
Nope.
sick of Dallas doing this every year.
Two.
You can't get over the hump. I like Pete DeBoer.
So
I
no,
like the core group of
I like
players.
Jamie Benn.
But they got so quiet. Where were you, Robertson? You had the one game. Didn't really notice you a whole lot after that. Wyatt Johnston went to sleep on me.
to sleep.
Haskinen's getting walked by McDavid.
David on the power play.
I mean, so, I know Haskin is one of the top 3 or 4 transition defensemen in the league. We pumped his tires before, but in terms of defending, he got some room to grow.
He got walked. He
Got
30
absolutely walked.
Like 30 minutes on that.
And for Edmonton, man, for Dallas to lose and for Edmonton to win, with Edmonton only getting 10 shots on goal,
It's incredible.
is it embarrassing or incredible?
It's incredible.
For Dallas.
No, well, it's embarrassing one way or the other because you
Mhm.
lost. And I even Sagan, and there's a video of Ben in the locker room by himself. Like, I feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for anybody. They lost, and rightfully so. But I like those guys. Man, I like Jamie Benn a lot, man. That guy's he's a warrior, dude. I'd have him on my team anytime, dude.
Mhm.
And he accepted his role.
Mm-hmm.
There's some guys that are like, fuck that. I need fucking power play time. I need penalty kill.
Yeah.
I need this. I need what am I doing? No. Jamie Benn's like, no, I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Sagan's like, I know where I'm at.
Yeah.
Play me. I'm going to do my thing. I'll be a role player. We got these young guys that could jump in the mix
Yeah.
and do their thing. Oh, I'm on a second
Do you
power
think
play. Yeah, fine.
Tarasenko's accepting his role on the other side?
He scored a big-time goal, dude.
He did his first point of the series.
I didn't notice him too much before that.
No, you didn't. That's why he got bumped down the lineup.
To third line. I saw that.
And I don't see him really accepting that. But then, when you produce and then you're a part of it, now you feel a part of this.
You better accept it.
That helps you probably to accept it a little bit more. But you can't listen. This guy went from being a superstar to a role player very, very quickly. I mean, very quickly.
Dude, he had 3 shoulder surgeries. Like,
I get it.
you got to know where you're at.
I get
at that
it.
point.
But you know what? I don't think he was willing to admit that.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
That's
think
what
he
I'm talking
viewed himself as a role. But now he's a role player. Like,
Go play a role then.
Is he going to get more than $2 million this offseason?
Maybe not.
You know what I mean?
So what? Put 2, and stack it up.
Yeah.
Be a role player like Stevie Y. Eisman did, like Timo
Right,
Solani
right.
did, like Brett Hull
Right.
did.
Are you willing to do that? And that's the big
Exactly.
question. Pavelski got put on the 4th line last night. He
Didn't
looked
do
so
anything.
slow, wasn't doing anything.
Didn't do anything, Andy.
Probably had his best game of the series in last night's game in a series-deciding clinching game where they lost. And it was like too little, too late.
Too little, too late, baby.
Sagan taking off the power play. That's when you have to make those tough decisions. But Tarasenko, I'll be curious to see how much money he gets this offseason. Now, a strong Stanley Cup final can certainly change things.
Yeah.
But this Gustav Forsling's getting a lot of attention right now, as he should. People close to the Panthers have been telling me for 2 years how good this guy is. Unbelievable.
He's fucking good.
I'll say it. Big Walt Keith Tkachuk has been pumping this guy's tires,
There it is.
telling you how good this guy is before anybody else was talking about him.
There it is.
And now you see it on the big stage, and he's delivering. And I love seeing that. This is going to be a great series. I still don't know how good Edmonton is.
Panthers are good.
I don't know how good Edmonton is. There's no question Florida has the better team. And Edmonton, no matter what you want to say, their entire success is relied upon 2 or 3 players. Okay? They don't have the depth.
They don't.
So it's McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, Bouchard, Nurse a little bit, whatever. Their goaltender who's gotten hot, and he's playing some great hockey right now, Stuart Skinner. Can he sustain that?
Can you imagine?
Remains to be seen.
You're the Panthers. Who'd you go against? Let's see here. Who'd they play? What goalies did the Panthers play? Vasilevsky? Beat them.
Shesterkin.
Then you beat fucking Swayman, and then you beat Igor. And now you're playing Skinner. Can I give a non-shout out? I pumped this guy's tires up, and the more I watched him, the more I kind of saw his numbers and stuff like that. Jacob Trouba. Jesus Christ. Like, I like how you're physical. You look slower than
You
shit.
look slow.
You look slower than
They
shit.
get exposed in the playoffs.
You were exposed. Do you see that last play when fucking Bennett had the one-timer?
Mm-hmm.
He steps up, missed everybody. Completely terrible step up. Created a 2-on-1 the other way. Stepped up, just missed everybody. Went down. I think Bennett had that one-timer, went top shelf on Igor. Like, he takes penalties all the time. And I know some other guys are chirping the shit out of him, but I kind of agree with it. Like, he was bad.
If you go back,
He looks slow. His stick handling's not that great.
No.
And all he does is take goddamn penalties. And he's
he
missing
just
guys.
hits.
And he's lucky he wasn't kicked out for 20 games with that fucking flying elbow. Not the one that we talked with Prongs who said that wasn't an elbow. I'm talking about the other one, the meme of him going into the boards 100 miles an hour like this. If he would have connected at any time, he would have been gone for 20 games. Shit, that would have been better for the Rangers. Jacob Trouba was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was. He looked slow, dude.
He gets a lot of attention.
He gets a ton of
because
attention.
he
He's making a lot of
hits.
money.
Because he hits.
He's
But if you go back
award.
to his time in Winnipeg, even go back to that playoff series against the Blues in 2019, the costly mistakes, the turnovers that he had late in games that led to, late game heroics from Jaden Schwartz. If you remember, he scored that, the deflection in front.
Because of
That was Trouba's turnover.
I know.
Below the goal line. He's made some mistakes over the past. Listen, he does look slow to me. He's got the heavy feet. I think he does strike some fear in the opposition because he does bring an element he can hit. So it's not all
Andrew
bad,
Miller
but
turned
he
the
didn't have,
puck
he didn't
over,
have
like,
a great series.
They all kind of did, man.
Yeah.
And even Adam Fox kind of got scrambly back there as well. Igor was fantastic. What's he going to make?
Who?
Igor. What's he
Shesterkin?
want? What would you pay him?
Well, you look at what.
What would you pay him?
Well, I look at Bob making 10.5, right?
Okay,
Or 10 million.
I know.
Mhm.
But, like, when you're a superstar like that, do you want to take the highest of the high? Like, is there a balance? Would you take less just to maybe keep a couple extra schmil on the table
No.
to make your team better so you can win?
Not when they're not scoring for me. Not when I'm doing everything.
Well, okay, then.
Not when
Panarin go?
Zibanejad and Panarin don't do
Quiet.
anything.
What are they doing?
And you want me to take less for them? Hell no.
That's why
They can take less.
That's why I asked, homeboy.
You pay me, they take less.
I'm just asking, dude.
But if he
Igor kept him in.
I always knew he meant a lot to the team, but
That's a shame, man. Because I love New York. I loved all those guys, man. Like, I love that team. Like, I think they're fun,
Yeah.
But fuck almighty, some of your big dogs, like Panarin, like, where are you at?
I know.
Where are you?
Well, they're over.
Why is this happening?
He's on the golf course.
Why does this happen in playoffs with some of these guys, man? Like, that's the bitch to evaluate some of these guys. They fucking dominate.
Because it's hard.
They dominate.
man.
Now they're getting hit every 2 seconds. They're like, what do I do?
I know.
What do I do?
It's hard in the
Find
playoffs.
it. Not for everybody.
For a lot of superstars, it is.
Not
You don't
for
see
it.
too many maintain that level of production.
Oh, yeah.
McDavid does.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. The big boys do.
Mhm.
Crosby and all those guys, they did when it mattered. These guys don't when it matters. And that sucks, dude. And it's noticeable. I didn't even notice
No,
that.
I'm with you, dude. I'm
talking
You're not
to-
going to get a
I'm
debate
talking to
from
them.
me.
I'm
You're not
talking
going
to
to get a
them.
debate from me.
I know.
I said that on Twitter, too.
Fuck
man.
me.
The Florida's best players outperformed
Big
the
time.
Rangers' best players.
Where are your role
When the
players?
Rangers were winning, they were getting production from guys like Trocheck and some of these other guys. You're
right.
Lafreniere was fucking
Keeping
unbelievable.
those guys in a separate category.
Yeah.
Trocheck and Lafreniere. Those guys are stepping up to play. They're doing battling, doing their thing.
Yeah.
Chirping. All that stuff
Yeah.
coexists, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's everything. Panarin, like, I see him here and there, walk the line here and there.
Zibanejad, every time I see you, it's on the power play and you're 40 feet away from the net.
Or you're missing a wide open net.
Right.
You're missing a wide open
I know.
net.
Panarin doesn't score till it's too late.
Yeah,
Getting back to Edmonton, though, real quick. Because I love the celebration that they had. You know what, man? That's a lot of weight lifted off their shoulders. But now they got to regroup. They got to be ready to go because this is not going to be an easy task for them. And just getting to the final, I know it's great that, Draisaitl and McDavid got to the final, but for their legacy and for them to cement themselves truly for what they deserve to be in terms of iconic players in NHL history, we all know what has to happen. They got to win it. They got to win it, and it's going to be difficult to do against this Florida team, man. Outside of an injury to an important player for the Florida Panthers, I just don't see how Edmonton's going to be able to beat them in a 7-game series, although anything's possible.
Who would you rather have? Andy,
Mhm.
who would you rather have? Matthew Tkachuk or Leon Draisaitl, straight up?
You know what's a tough one to answer because
Don't beat around the bush.
no, let me just say this. Because I'll be interested.
Don't play the media game.
No, because I'll be interested to see if Draisaitl ever leaves McDavid. It's like, who is he without McDavid? Is he a 50-goal scorer? Is he a 40-goal scorer? Is he a 60-goal scorer without Connor McDavid?
What is he?
And, you know, that's one of those questions, Cam. I would probably take Matthew for the all-around game. Leon Draisaitl, as much as I respect him, I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but he's a 100-foot player. Okay? He's a 100-foot player.
Get that.
You know, he's not a 200-foot player. McDavid is.
At times.
McDavid's making plays in the D zone last night.
Was last night.
And he's back-checking. He literally willed that team to victory last night.
He did.
With his incredible goal, making the play to Hyman. And I know Hyman lives off of McDavid too, but he scores some big goals, man. I'm not going to chirp Shaq Hyman because he's playing
Shaq.
Shaq.
Call him Shaq.
Shaq Hyman.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what Shaq calls him.
Yeah, they're buddies now.
Oh, yeah.
Shaq's like, who's this motherfucker again?
All the NHL guys are like, Shaq.
Shaq likes our players.
Likes me.
Shaq likes
like
Hyman.
we're some.
Shaq doesn't give a fuck.
I know. Like
Barkley might.
I know.
Shaq doesn't give. Shaq does. He still doesn't know who Zach Hyman is.
Shaq likes Leon Draisaitl.
No, Shaq likes basketball players.
But Draisaitl's a 100-foot player who's damn good in his 100 feet of the ice. I mean, he's as good as you're going to find.
Who would you rather have?
I would take Matthew, man. I think Matthew's the guy to just kind of take. Now, you know, Matthew's not scoring a ton right now, and other guys are, but you know what? He still just impacts the game, and he makes plays, and he's always in the mix, and just, you know, he makes other players around him better.
Barkov or Draisaitl?
Barkov, there's not too many players in the league I'd take over Barkov.
Barkov or Matthew?
Well, dude, I don't like this game.
No, I'm playing a game with you. Shit. It's tough.
Barkov's an amazing player.
I know.
So is Matthew.
Who would you take?
I don't know. Barkov.
I'd say Matthew. I'd say
Barkov's
Matthew's still above everybody.
Barkov didn't get to this point until Matthew got there.
He was dominating.
He was dominating, but
I looked it up the other day.
I'm talking the Panthers.
I know.
Oh, dude, he was putting up over 90 points and stuff like that.
He's young still, too.
Yes.
I'm just asking.
I don't like those stupid-ass questions.
Dude, we're doing a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
Those questions are when we fucking clip them off.
But Matthew or Barkov? I mean, that's like crazy to say. I don't know. Is there no right or wrong answer there?
Okay, I'm just asking.
You know what I mean?
I'm just asking.
There's no right or wrong answer.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
But there's not many players I would take over Matthew, man. You know what I think.
How about the travel from Florida to Edmonton?
This is like the longest distance in like NHL history.
Not only is it the longest distance. Well, actually, I think in 2012 when we were traveling from Jersey to LA, that wasn't fun either. Okay, let's be honest here. I remember doing those 5-hour fucking long playing. I'm like this, like, oh.
This is one of those games where if you lose game 6 at home, you got to go back.
Oh God. Like you don't want to deal with that, dude. It's hard. Now you're going through customs too, which sucks. Like that travel sucks.
Yes.
That's complete opposite ends of North America, basically. Well, besides whatever. But it's the opposite ends.
Yeah.
The weather to the atmosphere to everything. You got chaos up here. You're pretty chill down in Florida. The weather's different. It's just it's a complete 180. This is going to be a tough travel situation for both teams, man. You know what I mean? I like Paul Maurice. We didn't clip off what we were talking about with Paul Maurice. Like I saw Paul Maurice after the game. So they're all celebrating right after they beat the Rangers. And Paul Maurice looks down the bench and he goes to Barkov. Grab Barkov real quick.
Don't
touch it. Don't touch that. And Barkov's like, I know. And it just little things like
Paul's
that.
like, I want a press conference. I need a press conference.
I need to talk. I need to be entertaining. No, you don't. Just do your thing. And I like him a lot. I do.
Who do you like in the series?
Florida looks unbelievable. We talked to Prongs about it. We talked to a bunch of people about it. But that doesn't mean anything. Like, it just doesn't.
No, listen,
like, we don't know.
Edmonton's got the two-headed monster, man. It can.
You went from Vasi to Swayman to fucking Igor, and now you're going to Stuart Skinner. You better figure out a way to beat him. You figured out a way to beat all these other fucking top-notch goalies.
Yeah.
He's not top-notch.
No.
He's not.
No.
Find a way to beat him.
But he's playing top-notch. That's the difference. Last couple games.
Dallas did.
He's an example. That's why you can't predict goaltending in the AHL. Like, all these guys, you get to that level, they're all capable of having an incredible game and even playing great for a week at a time. Now, can they sustain it? That's going to be the question.
Is this good for hockey that Florida's been in the mix for the past 5 years? I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Tampa, Florida, Tampa, Florida.
No, I think it's great.
I think it's great.
They're entertaining teams.
Take
dude.
over that.
They're entertaining teams.
I agree.
Also.
Take over that.
If they weren't fun to watch, it would
like
be.
this.
If they were just relying on a goaltender,
And they were fun.
Mm-hmm.
Superstars.
No, they bring everything.
They were cool.
I love that Sam Bennett. Verhaeghe's gotten a little bit quiet. We need him to get going. If you're Florida, you need him to kind of maybe elevate a little bit. But between Reinhart and Bennett and all these other guys that they have, man, in addition to Barkov and Matthew.
Somebody posted something. They showed the lineup in 2017 for the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, yeah, it's sick.
Did you see that?
Well, I just know the roster was great
that?
back then.
Reinhart,
Yeah.
O'Reilly,
Yeah.
fucking Loud, Eichel.
Yeah.
God, all kinds of guys. Like
They've never had competent people in there running
Buffalo.
that organization.
Look at that. All you guys out there, look at the 2017 Buffalo Sabres lineup. They didn't make the playoffs. Oh, why?
Well, those guys were all young too, man.
Get out of here. You didn't make the playoffs? Like, think about that. They were loaded, dude.
But Reinhart wasn't Reinhart.
He's Reinhart
at that
now.
time. I know.
Well, why wouldn't he then?
And O'Reilly, really, he was a good player.
Why wouldn't he then?
But his stardom really took off when he came here to St. Louis.
That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Well, we've talked to people. We had Brian Chanta and some of those guys that gave their opinion of what was happening there. They couldn't even make the playoffs this year when they were expected to.
Not that you need to go far in the playoffs, but more like you didn't take advantage of what you had. You didn't even know what you had.
Hey, before we get out of here, because I know we're short on time. We went long with Prongs too.
Yeah. It'll be good. You guys will love this.
Oh yeah.
Love all.
No, it's a fun and he's chirping me and whatever and doing his thing.
Well, you kept asking him fucking Bally's questions.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
It was a hell of a Bally's interview, actually.
I know Andy hated that I was there, I think. Because anytime I brought up something, he'd cut me off and talk to him about back in the day, this, that, and the other. It's all good.
It's a fun interview.
Because Andy and Prongs have a good relationship together, too, from back in the day. And Andy interviewing him and Prongs just put him in his place and stuff like that. So it was actually hilarious. Prong would just give me that look, and I just start laughing at you.
Hey, when he got traded to Edmonton, oh God, I remember being like, Prongs, this is when I was young, and a lot of these big time agents, they didn't know who I was. I was working at KMOX radio, this is lockout 2004.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm like, Chris, your agent's not calling me back. Next day, I get a call from Pat Morris, the agent, and from that point on, I've gotten along with Pat. I like Pat, got a lot of respect for Pat, the whole group over there at Newport. But I remember Chris telling me he was going to get traded from St. Louis. I didn't believe it. I was like, they're not going to trade you. He's like, dude, they're trading me. And so I started putting that out there. I'm like, Chris Pronger's going to get traded. And all the media was like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, he's going to get traded. He had the injury. The team was being sold. That's why.
Sold, yeah.
But that's why. But but his contract wasn't up and stuff like that. They just didn't want to pay him. Dave Checketts claims that he was basically telling Bill Laurie and the previous ownership group, hey, we want Pronger on the team. Do not trade him and whatever. But they traded him. And I think there was some personal stuff going on between he and the organization. But I remember when I talked to him that night, he got traded late night, 11:30 at night. So I wanted to do the first interview with him after he got traded. He said, you got to meet me at the rink at 7 a.m. Think about how mad he got here, Chris, or Cam. I meet him at 7 a.m. I do the interview. I call him at 11. He probably doesn't remember this. I'm like, dude, the recording got messed up. It didn't work. I got to come back.
You're annoying. You're annoying.
I'm like,
you're annoying.
He goes, I have a family. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I got to do it again.
You did it again with him?
The next day.
You're annoying.
And Larry Plow, who was the GM at the time of the Blues.
Who I love, by the way.
And I don't really fault Larry because I realized now over the years, this is kind of the way it goes.
I love him.
That day at 7 a.m., I go to the rink to do the interview. He's getting dressed in the referee room. They took all his stuff out of the locker room. He wasn't allowed to go in there. But I said, Larry, that's kind of like, what? Yeah, he's like, well, that's just the way it goes. When he's no longer on the team, you don't get dressed in the locker room.
What year was that?
Prior to the 2005-2006 season. So that's summer of 2005.
Imagine they kept Prongs until he retired.
Yeah.
Where would the Blues be right now? Like if they kept Prongs and all of a sudden all these new young kids came in and he was still there for the Hitchcock era.
The Oshie and all those guys.
Think about that.
Yeah.
They would have won.
Oh, yeah. Do you think they would have?
Well, because what was he making? And who would
he was at 9.5, I think, at that point. But you know what? He was telling me back then, he was like, we need to be bad to be good. we got to stop trying to just be good enough to get into the playoffs every year. They made the playoffs like 26 years in a row.
Yeah, until 2000.
Right. He was like, we just want to make the playoffs but we're not good enough to go all the way. They were for a little bit. They were losing.
Oh, they were for a lot of years.
Yeah, but
they were through the 90s.
Yeah, but once it got to that
2000s.
2003, 2004 time frame,
2005.
they
After
weren't.
lockout.
But when it got to, they made the playoffs in 2004. They had 2003, 2004. 2003, 2004, they made the playoffs prior to the lockout, but they had no chance of winning it, and they lost in the first round or whatever. And, even prior to that, they just were like losing their fastball from where they were in 99 when they won the President's Trophy.
Yes.
2000, 2001, 2002, they were very competitive. They went to the third round in 01 or 02.
So imagine Prongs was there with EJ, Petro, stuff like that. I wonder, because we weren't even up to the cap.
No.
Like, you could have had.
But they thought that his wrist injury, he'd never be the player
Look what he
that
did.
he was ever again.
Look what he
I know.
did. Everywhere he went, he dominated.
He won the Hart and the Norris in the same season.
He was the scariest guy to deal with.
Yeah.
If I have a top six, listen, my top six ever, Prong's on it. He's on it.
Mm-hmm.
Top six defenseman ever.
Yeah.
I'm going to have Chris Pronger on there somewhere.
No, he's the best
Of any
defenseman I've ever covered.
100%, dude. I'd have him, Stevens, Larry Robbins,
And Al McInnes was right there, too.
Big Al. But I go, who'd you want to play with? Okay, who's a better D partner? Scott Niedermeyer or Al? And he's like, can't. He goes, I didn't play with one. And you're like, I look back and I'm like, yeah, maybe you're right on that. They separated you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I remember you two together all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, because they were the
Prongs McInnes.
Because back then, the popular power play formations were still to have two defensemen up top, and both those guys were on the ice at all times.
They're throwing each other.
And they're on the ice, to protect leads, end of periods, defenses zone faceoffs, all that type of stuff.
And the majority of the chunk of the game,
Mm-hmm.
he's playing with fucking a sixth defenseman.
Hey, but I threw that out to Quimble. I really did ask him. It wasn't part of the interview, but I said, hey, who'd you take, Pronger, McInnes, or Keith and Seabrook? And he said, I got 2 and 44, man.
Oh, yeah. They're
But he won
huge.
3 cups with the other guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's not such an obvious,
No. Because that team was better.
Right. And they had Kane and Taves and Host.
course.
Yeah.
But you got Prongs and McInnes. No one can buy him. You can't get by him.
No.
You cannot get by him. They're too good.
I know.
You can't get by him.
I know.
What if you had Prongs and Chara? I know they're two lefties.
Hey,
Well, how would you get around them?
but then when he went to Edmonton, that was the last time they got to the Stanley Cup final, right?
That's exactly.
And I was like, why didn't you win the Conn Smythe? Should have won it even in the loss.
Who won it that year?
Probably Cam Ward, maybe.
Was
He
it
was a
Ward?
rookie, I believe. Yeah.
Or was it the Wizard?
No, I think it was.
Scored a lot of.
No, I think it was Cam Ward. We had Cam Ward on.
Yeah,
He
we
was
had the Wizard on too.
Phenomenal. He sent me some wine. I don't know if I gave you any or not, but
No, and then Prongs brings in his alcohol, and Andy see this how selfish he
it's
is.
whiskey.
Like yeah, Bronx has whiskey, and then he brings in one bottle and signs it for Andy. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? To get nothing, and he's like, well, I told him. No, you didn't. You lied to me.
No, I didn't.
No, you don't think of me.
You want to see the text?
Yeah.
He was like, get off
No,
your wall.
show me. This is good podcasting right here, eh? Him looking at his
Hey,
phone.
start the live reads here because we got to get rolling here.
What are you talking about? First Forum first. Go to firstforum.com/Cam and Strick, man. We had a damn good time
Summer Smash,
at
man.
the Summer Smash. So many cool people, man. Everybody's fun. There's no fights there. No one's mad at each other. Everybody understands. Like, they're all kind of in the same mindset when you go to these things, man. First Form's a real deal. They got damn good stuff. They got the energy drinks. They got the protein. They got the way of life. And if you listen to Sal talk, it's not just about their products that they have. It's a way of life that everybody coexists together. It's true, man. You walk there. If I drop something, 10 people pick it up for you. Like, here you go. You good?
I know.
They, like, Kate was kind of like, remember one time people were like, no, here, you need help? Like, just like
Everyone
little.
looks out for
Everybody
one
looks
another.
out for each other. Everybody's on the same program, man.
Mhm.
Everybody's working out. They all have the same goal. They want their family to be safe. They want to be healthy for everybody. They also want to have motivation to be able to work hard and live a great life, man. It's a mindset that they have at First Form. It's not just the products, but the products are damn good too. That's what brings everybody together, dude. So I love going to those events. A little intimidating. Andy stuck out like a sore thumb in a way. He did. He had I don't know what you were wearing. Even your girl is chirping you. You got to dress like you're working out. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't know I was going to the gym.
Yes, you know, but that is a gym. That's the
But
gym.
nobody chirped me. They all are very accepting. They won't do that to you.
You're right. I'm the only one that chirps.
Yeah.
That's right. They don't. No one chirped Andy but me. And that's how I like it, to be honest with you. That's how I like it.
Mhm.
Oh, and his wife. Your wife chirped you.
No, was she? To you.
She's like, he looks like an idiot. I go, you're right, Lori.
Well, she asked me like 5 times before we left.
fucking
How does this look? How does this look? How does this look? But she never. And then I showed her what I'm wearing. She's like, "Oh, looks great." She gave the approval before I. Oh yeah, she gave me the approval beforehand.
Kate had
But-
all pink on.
but
pink,
dude,
everything.
For them to put that event on for everybody is incredible.
There was another big party I was supposed to go to in Eureka, man. Like it happens every year. This big party called like Talkie-Land, where it's like just a big party. And Andy, I go to it. And I'm like, no, I can't. And then with the Summer Smash, and everybody's like, yeah, now I know why. Yeah, now I know why.
yeah.
Yeah, now I know why.
Oh,
Cam.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's the biggest thing going, baby.
Mhm.
Badass.
I was getting my groove on too.
I like
dancing.
You and Lori dance too. I like it. Andy's fun to hang out with. Like not like right now when he has to, he talks over you and he asks different questions, stuff like that. But when you go party with Andy, he's fun, man. Totally fun. You are. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? No, you are.
Yeah, we should go out and party again one of these days.
I know.
Shortly. We should invite people to come with us.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Have a good time.
I guess some busy stuff coming.
Get all the apparel, fruits and greens, protein bars, more apparel, hats, and the app, and it's a way of life.
Yeah, yeah. Your beef sticks, just everything. I mean, they got your collagen, your liver. I take these liver pills that like flush out your liver. I need that. Your multivitamins.
Oh yeah, dude. Laurie puts them out for me.
Eat them.
Yeah. Nick likes. Nick was having a good time too. He likes to have a good time.
I didn't get to talk to him.
He and Christy.
I didn't get to talk to him that much. He was too busy. Busy man.
Firstform.com/camerastrict.
He had those jean shorts on.
Dude.
He looked good in those. I'm like, you would think like, hey, Nick's wearing jean cutoff shorts. I'm like, what the fuck? You see them, you're like, I want those.
Could I wear those, you think?
Oh, fuck, I hope so. God, please. Please.
I said Chrissy because I'm thinking of Chrissy Roof with
Chrissy
Pondoff. There's another Chrissy Roof.
Yeah.
Chrissy Pondoff, though, with Illinois Recovery Center.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Lots of people reaching out, man, which is, I love it because I feel like the message gets across and people are listening.
Yeah, dude, I get
when
messages every
the number of people who reach out.
Yep. I get messages every day from people, dude, all over the world talking to me about it. When we talk about addiction and stuff like that, man, I get it. I get messages. I got messages about people like, Cam, what should I do? I got my cousin doing this. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I need to call. You need to call me. You can't just text me.
No.
There's so much to it, dude.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, you might as well just call them. Go through me and then go call Illinois Recovery Center, because if you're reaching out to me about somebody, like it's already past the threshold where he just needs he or she needs help. And it's not just all guys either. It's girls too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of girls. There's a lot of girls last time I was at IRC.
Really?
Yeah. Girls at 30 years old, beautiful. Like they could have things going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you have to be beautiful. I get that, but it's like, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got addicted to this.
They get their skin color. Everything comes back.
Oh God!
After leaving,
you see them the first week, you're like, what the fuck? They look like Casper. Then they're a week later, they look 10 times better, dude. Get the demons out of your system. Just flush it out. Flush it out.
IRC.com, IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Chrissy and Eric.
Eric Conley, man. A little shout out right there.
What up?
I'm right.
Beautiful beds in there.
Beautiful beds. Comfortable beds. Great place. Swansea, Illinois. Check it out.
Dude, how cool was Danny and the hat launch boys,
dude? Totally cool guys, man.
Dude, they're out there making custom hats.
I know.
Number one source for custom hats in North America. If you want to have a custom hat made out there, man, they're out there. Isn't it funny? We didn't even know when we met Danny and those guys, and they're all in with First Form. It's like,
it's
no
big,
shock,
big
right?
Family, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do damn good work. That's why they're with First Form, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, man. I remember talking to those guys. I had my Yoink hat on. Everybody's like, asked me what that was because it looked different. Everybody had First Form stuff. I'm like, no, I'm wearing my Yoink hat today. Yeah. Everybody's like, what the hell is that? I'm like, oh, yeah, dude. This is just, I can't even explain what the hell it is because I don't even know. I just said it one time.
Put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Yeah, Danny's cool as shit, man. They're all cool over there. That's Hat Launch. And we're going to be going out there here in the next couple of weeks. So we're going to show you how they do everything.
things.
And I remember talking to him, and he's like, how big do I want to get? He's like, do I want to be this big? Because there's a lot
Go manage.
big time that goes with that.
Yeah.
He's like, we're doing damn good. We have a great product. We know people like what we do.
Yeah.
Of course they do. How big do I want to get?
Mhm.
That's when you know you got something good going on.
Yeah.
When you have to evaluate at a certain stage that maybe I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get way up here because we're trending in that direction because we're damn good. Where do I want to be? Where's my most comfortable aspect, right? Area at as far as business is concerned?
I met his IT guy. Is there a more important person to have on your staff than your IT guy?
No.
The fixer.
The fixer, fix little things, know little things, know how to deal with different. This guy's going to complain. We got to fix it this way.
Mhm.
This guy's got this. We need to fix it this way.
He has some cool ass hats though, man.
Yeah.
Hatlaunch.com. Check it out. And their people are telling us, oh yeah, people are calling us, and like, there's a connection, USA Hockey connection now.
Big time.
A lot of different things happening.
Lots.
Hatlaunch.com. Check it out, man. Get that custom hat for you, your team, your school, whatever it is, your business. And they'll help you with the logo and the design and all that stuff.
Just tell them what to do.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
Yeah.
Great people.
They're the best.
Great people.
Cam at Bellman, you get no.
Swinging dicks. None of that bullshit.
But you do get sushi and flavored water in case you
Lie.
didn't know.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Best
lie,
customer service you find anywhere.
Yeah, man. Your wife can go in there and buy a car and not get creeped out.
Very important.
They got a bunch of
And she'll
different
still get the
options.
best deal.
She'll get a
She's
damn
going to
good
get
deal.
the best deal as the next person that walks
Even if
in.
your credit's not very good, man. They'll
Still
take
get
care of you.
approved.
That's Bellman. That's in Troy, Missouri.
Everyone gets approved.
They're big hockey fans too, man. They take care of St. Louis.
Yes,
they
they
take
do.
care of youth hockey and stuff like that. Their hands are in everything, man. And they're great people, and they got a lot of options.
Yes.
What do you want? That Buick? You want a Jeep? You want that GNC Denali 25 Hundo? You want that fat ass Dodge Ram dually diesel? Because you're a farmer in the middle of Missouri. You're a farmer anywhere. That's Troy, Missouri. That's Bellman. Look at all their options. They got damn good stuff.
They got cars for everyone. And all four seasons, too. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on the other side.
Yeah.
Cam's looking at that pink Jeep, two-door, small wheels, soft top. Nothing wrong with that
I
whatsoever.
mean, if I had a daughter, maybe. You know what I mean?
No, there's nothing
If
wrong.
I had a daughter,
Cam,
I'd probably do that.
get that and get it from Bellman today. Right across the street. Buick GMC on one side. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Here's the text message for you right here. Bring some whiskey. Did you lose your wallet? It's on camera. I need to show.
So he said, "Did you lose your wallet? Like you needed to pay for it?"
Yeah.
See, he's fucking cheap, dude.
But hey, let's go on a
He did
journey.
not-
Let's
he-
go on a journey with Prongs.
he did not want to give an extra bottle out to
He
me.
brought me a bottle. We'll get Cam one next. Enjoy Prongs, man. Awesome
you guys.
conversation.
Love you guys.
The Cam and Strick podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/Cam and Strick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview. Can I just start things off here?
Where should I put my hands so I don't punch?
Wherever.
In your pocket. It don't matter.
We can edit out anything, so
Sure
say
we
whatever you want.
Yeah,
Totally.
Life's a journey.
it is a journey.
It's not a sprint.
It is not a sprint. It's a journey,
It is a journey.
and there are always ups and downs in any journey. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Are you rich off your whiskey?
I thought you were going to stop with, "Are you rich?" ?
Oh yeah.
Do you consider yourself rich?
No,
No.
You don't?
no. I'm rich.
Because you know, like,
I'm rich in spirit,
Mhm.
in family, and in life.
okay, no, listen. You know what Shaquille O'Neal said the other day?
Yeah. What did he
They
say?
call him Shaq, you know. He said,
Oh, for his friends.
yeah, he said, there's rich and there's wealthy.
He's
true.
wealthy,
He is.
Oh,
very wealthy.
no, he's wealthy. Yeah,
He's
you're
got his
right.
hands in
I
everything.
said he is.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Like, what's wealthy, you think?
Well, he's got his own jet, so that's pretty wealthy.
If you're flying private every time, you're wealthy.
Not necessarily. Really?
No, people
No, because people
spend
can
above
run
their
through
means.
it
Yeah.
fast.
So you think
He is rich enough. Pardon me. He's wealthy enough
there it is.
to purchase his own jet with cash,
And a
Oh,
yacht.
so he bought it. Yeah, okay.
and
You got a jet.
I know a lot of the people he does business with, so I know it.
When he was a rookie, he went to a car dealership, and
He didn't start off wealthy.
Yeah, he got ripped off. Andy.
No, they
He got ripped
said
off.
he wanted this car, whatever it was. I think a Maserati or something, and they were like, "Can you afford it?" And so he was so offended that they asked him that he bought like 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes
And he spent
stupid,
$1.3 million at the. Yet he's giving everyone like financial advice.
That's not a good business.
But now, Andy.
Yeah.
How old was he?
He's probably 20,
No. How old was he?
1920.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were wicked smart when you were 1920?
No.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
So think about this.
Yeah.
Again, as we talked about the journey,
Yeah.
you're not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to make mistakes along the way. Things are not going to go your way. You're going to fail.
Yeah.
Are you going to learn from it? And then where you go from there?
But he bragged about it, though.
Describe your journey. Like, where is your journey? Like, are you a hockey player, or are you more than that?
Fuck, good question. What the fuck are we doing here? Are we hanging out with him? Why are you asking questions like you're interviewing an owner or
It's a
something?
journey.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I've never been just a hockey
You're like
player.
a businessman.
But I've never been just a hockey player.
No.
He's not just a hockey player either.
I'm not anything.
He's not a hockey. Did you just say he's not a hockey player? Is that what you said?
Eureka. I don't know what I am.
Oh, man.
There's more layers to it than that.
Okay.
For anybody. He's a podcaster now.
That's right.
He is.
You're right.
See?
Remember that, Andy?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Because anything that pops up, Andy's like, I want to do this. I want to do. I go, hey, let's focus on the task.
He, look, there's a butterfly.
Let's own butterflies now. I want to be a butterfly salesman.
Stay focused today. This is a really important interview for you.
I know.
It's really going to make your career.
You think? Hey, we approach every interview like that. You just
Yeah.
never know. It
Well,
could make the career.
You never know. Let me ask you guys a question.
What's up?
How did Joel's interview go over? That was the first one he did, right?
Yeah.
I chirp him more than anybody in St. Louis and probably anywhere.
Yeah.
He did a damn good job.
He did. Yeah, he
asked him
Joel
everything.
opened up.
It wasn't a
For Joel, that's pretty open.
Yeah.
He asked him everything.
Yeah.
And he didn't answer every single question either. But Andy did a good job. Did Joel do a good job with that? I don't know. I don't know how people are going to look at that and if they're going to sway their view with him or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think you've already made your opinion based on the situation
Yes.
and how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And no matter what he says, he made the mistake. As I talked about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the mistakes you make, the failures. How do you then
Mm-hmm.
What's the
Take
mistake
those
you
life
think? What's the
lessons.
biggest mistake you think he made?
him?
Yeah.
I think he thought the higher ups were going to take care of it,
Yeah. And relying on them to take
and
care of it.
relying on it, and just out of sight, out of mind. But he also didn't have all the facts.
Mhm.
He didn't ask any follow-ups. He didn't ask any questions.
That's right.
He just said, "Oh, they got it."
See, people can come to a conclusion and make an opinion based on reading this report.
Yeah, and
that's
by
come
the
up-
way, it's easy to be an armchair quarterback in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, it is.
No doubt.
And all of the information we know today, it was.
He
it
did
wasn't-
not know.
It wasn't laid out
No,
back then.
first
And
up,
those
it
guys
wasn't on
didn't
a
even know.
platter.
No.
It was in bits and pieces, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
now could he have asked questions? Sure.
Yeah.
And by the way, I just put myself in the
And-
situation. What if it was his son?
Yeah. But what if you were?
What would you do?
What would you do if you were the coach and you heard that your video coach was hanging out with some of the guys?
Okay,
Would you put your foot down?
hanging out. What was the verbiage and what was the terminology that
They
was
were
given?
partying together and saying inappropriate things.
Making them uncomfortable. That
Making
was
them
the
uncomfortable.
verbiage.
When you
But
put your
but
foot
what does
down
that
for
mean?
seconds,
But what does that mean? It
you're-
was making me uncomfortable. Well, was it?
Trying to
You
be
know
one
what?
of the
If I'm
boys.
just putting myself in his shoes,
no doubt.
and you've got 50 people underneath you, the minor league team, all the other players coming in, and you're focused on the playoffs and who you're playing next, and on and on and on as a head coach. I'm not giving him a pass in any sense. But what exactly did they say? Oh, he's talking inappropriately. They're having banter. Like, that's not what they did in the report.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They were not having banter. So, did he not ask enough, or like,
Mhm. And
or was it not presented properly?
and I think people should also understand that this player wasn't on his team either. You know what I mean? Like he's
Andy,
Yeah,
no,
they're
that's
all in the same organization.
they're on his team because they're in the organization. That's on his team. I'm sorry, you can cut it any way you want.
Mhm.
But
even
he
as,
was on the
even as a black ace, like he's not like
You know how many black aces get into the games,
how many?
dude? We had a bunch of black aces in Anaheim
Mhm.
get Stanley Cup rings because they got in,
Yeah.
because they worked hard. They were there putting in the work and preparing like they were going to play. And guess what? We had enough injuries that, man, they actually rose above other players that were playing more before. They rose above because of how they practiced.
I guess it depends how many injuries you go through and whatnot, and how deep and how far down your roster you need to go.
You can get better, and they're taking it serious. We had other guys that were out partying, doing stuff that weren't prepared to play.
Yeah.
So,
I think
a black ace is on his team. You're a black ace currently.
He did suggest where he made mistakes. I just wonder if it's a life sentence. Like, if the mistake that he made is worthy of a life sentence and to not be able to get back in the NHL. Now, I think one area of frustration for him right now is the fact that Kyle Beach called the NHL. They called Bill Daly, NHL's office, Gary Bettman's office. I don't know who specifically he talked to, but he told the league that he would support Joel Quenneville getting back behind a bench and coaching in the NHL again. I think that's where I think the Joel camp, if you were to ask them, they'd probably find some frustration there because, like, hey, he's not interfering with it. He's also called Joel after the interview. He watched the interview, and he called Joel to say, hey, I didn't realize what you didn't know, and I would never interfere with you getting back behind a bench and coaching again.
Well, I think the biggest thing that I think everybody, this is not the first time this has happened in any sport. There's no number. It's just, there's no, it's a year, it's 5 years, it's 10 years, it's, okay, you're out for life. There is no number. It's just laying out there in space with questions constantly. Is he allowed? Is he not allowed? Where does it sit? If there was a number and it was like, okay, you're done, he can move on. But he's just sitting there fielding calls from teams, asking, can you come interview?
Right.
I don't know. Can I? Ask the league. You know, so I think that's nice of Kyle to call and reach out to Joel like that, but
and the league, I guess.
And the league,
yeah.
You know, so there's always there's a lot of moving parts and there's a lot of things that we never know. So it's I mean, it's a sad situation, that's for sure.
Yeah. You could have just fired him, the video coach. You know, if you know your video coach is hanging out with players, like coaches don't do that. Even the video coaches, like they don't go party with players and stuff like that. So it'd be an easy thing to fix, I guess. But like again, you're just in the middle of like so much going on. So I get it, man. I get it. But then I don't get it too.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you watching the playoffs right now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Every second?
Every second. No.
Are you one of those guys? We interview guys are
fucking
taking notes down.
No. I don't need notes. It's up here.
I got you.
What do you you played in Edmonton?
I did.
What's it like?
Thanks, Andy. Hey, master of the obvious again.
Are we on valleys right now? What's wrong with you?
Well, that wasn't the question. What do you think it's like to be, or explain what it's like to be a superstar in Edmonton under the microscope? And I'm sure what Connor McDavid is going through and goes through on a daily basis is certainly different than what you went through.
You know what? It's funny. I was watching the game yesterday, and Darnell Nurse is the punching bag right now for the media, and they're in the conference finals, and he's getting abused. What if they weren't in the conference finals? How bad would it be? Like, part of the problem, there's only so many storylines. The best clickbait, the best user-friendly meeting readability is the negative story. So instead of writing good stories, they have to find the one thing that people are going to just pounce on. And that market tends to like to do that.
But it is a big deal that he's making a lot of money and he's dashed.
It is a huge
whatever.
Deal. It's a huge deal. But that's a master of the obvious again. Everybody knows it. He has not had a good year. And they've still played very well. After they fired their coach, they've been on a pretty good run.
Damn good.
When we were in the conference finals and beat Anaheim the year I was in Edmonton, Radek Dvorak was not producing. They were going to basically write a hit piece on it. We're going to the Stanley Cup finals. And they want to, like, literally run this guy through the meat grinder. Like, what are you guys doing? Just, you can tell by the questions that you're getting. What are you writing about? Oh, well, he's not producing. He's not this, he's not that. I'm like, well, what about the 15, 16 other guys that are having career playoffs? Why don't you write a positive story and build us up instead of trying to crush a guy for no reason.
I mean, they all know that, the positives. And people want to know about the negatives. They all know that other players are playing well. They see it every single day.
They want to know. What do they want to know about the guy? That he's snake.
Why is he playing?
Why is he
getting
playing?
ice
Because
time?
he kills penalties.
Okay.
All of
That's
the
what I'm
intangibles. Why were you playing then?
Why?
What do you do? But that's.
I get the fuck out of this one.
No, he doesn't.
But when you think about it,
I had to go. Yeah.
But when you think about it, not everybody's in a position to score goals. He's not on the power plays. He's killing penalties. He's playing 5-on-5. He's in a defensive role. He doesn't have to produce.
Okay.
His job, if he does not allow the other team to score, now mind you, Darnell Nurse,
He's making a lot of money.
Making a lot-
They didn't sign him for that reason,
yeah.
right?
and we could argue all day, was it a mistake? Sure it was. It's too much money.
Yeah.
He's getting paid like he's a number one defenseman.
Correct.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but they signed the deal.
And
They offered the money. He signed the deal.
Yeah. And they
It
made
is
that,
what it is.
They made that mistake. Connor McDavid got a lot of credit for
I saw his interview.
answering the
It was a
question.
great answer.
And I will say the way the question was phrased, he left it open for anybody. So if he didn't
Oh, he was taking that.
take that question, I
he
think
was
there
taking
would be a significant problem. I think the only other guy on the
He
on the
jumped in.
podium was the goalie.
He jumped in.
Is the goalie going to answer that? And he's like, I'll take that. And he gave the answer. He's like, that's great leadership. Well, he kind of had to. They left it open for anybody. That's his question to ask, right? Or answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the captain. He's
Yeah.
the leader. He's the guy. He's also the guy that if Darnell Nurse doesn't play well
Mhm.
and they lose, he's the one that gets blamed.
Yeah.
He's the one that takes the onus and, I didn't do enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a team sport. You know, whether it's right or wrong, the captain or the leaders on the team bear the brunt of the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's sometimes it's not fair, but
Mhm.
what in life is fair?
Do you think
It is what it is.
Do you think if a young kid, like an American-born kid, was drafted to Edmonton, are they like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there? Are they like, ooh, dang, this is gonna be tough? Like, what do you
I
think?
think initially, I think they're, like I went to Hartford.
I know.
I mean, you're excited to be in the league. I just wanted to play in the National Hockey League.
I get that.
And then from there, when you have the ability to make your own choice, you can be a free agent.
Okay.
You can ask for a trade. You can say, no, I'm not resigning. There's all kinds of different avenues you can take. But at the end of the day, and here's where things go sideways. Fans, when Darnell Nurse is playing well, the year he's up for his new contract and he's got 50 points and he's playing 25 minutes and he's got 15 fights and he's got all this stuff. What an amazing player.
Oh, he's getting all the
We
credit.
love
He's
him
getting
on
all the
our-
accolades.
We love him on
He's
no.
Pronger.
We love him on our team. Man, he's awesome. We need to sign him. Not having a great year. Now we're going to shit all over him.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's terrible. Now he's which way do you want it?
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? When you're an organization or you're a city or a team that struggles to get free agents, do you think that's sitting well with other players that want to sign?
Exactly.
When certain people get run out of a city, you don't think free agents see that?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can build up your stars and you can rah and when times are great, but when times aren't great and you're running people out of your town because they suck or they're no good or they didn't live up to expectations, people are not going to sign there.
Mm-hmm.
Or players that you want. Oh, we can't get anybody. I wonder why.
Do you
I wonder
feel like the
about
players in Edmonton are let off the hook in comparison to the players in Toronto?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
How are they let off the
I'm
hook?
asking.
Have you been in Edmonton for any extended period of time?
Get him.
Have you been there?
In Edmonton? Yeah, I've been to
No,
Edmonton.
more than one time, like for one game.
What do you
Like,
mean?
Meaning
Like for 2 days in a
Like
row?
the
Yeah.
horde
pressure
of
you got.
media,
No.
the eyeballs,
Yeah.
the
Never for a playoff
what is
series.
wrong with you? Why can't you play?
Mhm.
Why aren't you winning?
Yeah.
All the stuff that they deal with.
I saw you at the market. You weren't buying
I
healthy
can't
food.
believe I
that's
saw
not-
you at the bar. I saw you at dinner. You had a
How
glass of
dare you.
wine. What are you
Okay,
doing?
my question is, Toronto, the players take a lot of heat for not winning and not, and
We're going to call that expectations.
okay, are there different sets of expectations in Toronto versus
No,
Edmonton? Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Why would there be?
I'm not saying
There
there
is
would
no-
be. I'm asking.
There is no player and probably no team.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know all the teams.
Yeah.
I'm not privy to that info, but
Yeah.
there's no team, there is no player that does not have the same expectations every single year.
Mhm.
You might play on a dumpy team in a losing franchise and a losing team. I mean, you have no chance, but
Mhm.
you might get traded somewhere. But you don't show up you think you're going to be able to win.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it's difficult to play in a market like Toronto?
Difficult in what sense?
Just the amount of attention that is on you on a daily basis and the expectation.
Well, it's a give and take. Do you like getting paid?
Right.
Yeah, damn right.
Do you like
everything
getting
that comes with
endorsements?
You want that Ferrari?
You like the free car?
Do you like
Hell
the free
yeah.
car, the free phone, the free everything?
Yeah.
Oh, do you like getting a couple million in endorsements?
Yep.
Oh, by the way,
We're a god.
I'm a god.
yes. Do you like playing in the hockey mecca?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And
yes.
yeah,
Are there
free clothes.
Are there different expectations? Maybe a little bit,
Uh-huh.
Hey.
but nothing from a playing perspective. It doesn't change from any other place.
What about
It's
when,
a little more magnified?
When Mitch Marner said that, what was your reaction when he said,
Said
"Hey,
what?
they
I'm a god.
they look at us like we're gods here"? To be honest, I mean,
Well, yeah, you're in the hockey mecca.
Yeah.
I mean, that's. But by the way, it's not new.
Mhm.
Doug Gilmour was held to that standard. Wendell Clark was held to that standard.
Yes.
Dave Keon, it's more magnified now with
Yeah.
social media and the internet.
But to
Madsen,
compare
yeah.
yourself to a god,
He was.
That
I think he
no,
just
but you
misspoke.
throw that in the mix after having a year like that. It's just not. It's not good.
I don't.
Gods don't lose.
I don't take offense to it.
No.
You're taking offense to it.
No, I thought it sounded kind of a little cocky.
No, I don't disagree with the statement. I do think in that market, and all Canadian markets for that matter,
Yeah.
you are put on a pedestal to be knocked off.
Mhm. Did
Because
you
it
ever
feels-
almost
I get-
play there in Toronto? Did
You
they
said
ever
that.
try to sign you?
They didn't try to sign me. I was never up, but they tried to trade for me.
They did.
God, some of the
Who,
trades.
who was coming the other way? Because I can decide if this is way if they should have made this deal or not.
They had it was two firsts,
Yeah.
Caberlet and Steen,
Steeny with.
and that's what Edmonton wanted. Allegedly, I don't know.
Yeah.
And they offered staging instead of Steen.
But you also got traded for Jeffrey Loophole and then Brewer.
A couple first in that.
Do you want me to walk you through the trade history?
The Anaheim
He
deal.
knows it.
So the Anaheim deal. What was it? Tell me.
Go ahead, Andy.
You know what?
Do you know?
God.
Come on.
There was 4 pieces.
There were.
You know.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. Remind me, because I don't have it off the top.
2 firsts,
Uh-huh.
Schmid,
Schmid.
And
that's
Lupul.
what- Ladislav Schmid.
Yes,
that's what it
Schmid,
was.
I remember him.
and then when I got traded again for him
Yeah.
from Anaheim to Philly,
Yeah.
it was Spiza, Lupul, and 2 firsts.
Hey, did you see the picture of Berube talking with Marner
At the
coffee
coffee
shop?
I did not.
Okay, well, there's a picture of them talking, and of course,
Which is
people-
great. Which,
But
But
what do you,
some random fan caught it.
yeah.
of course,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
What do you think he's saying to him?
I think he's trying to get to know the players to
Okay.
provide feedback.
Mm-hmm.
If he's brought in to do his job, he wants to get to know them. He's going to have, but that ain't going to be the only coffee he has with a player.
No doubt.
Right.
He's going to have coffee with every one of those players to get an understanding, to learn more about them. He's only coached against him. He doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to know the player. You get to understand how they tick, what type of character they have, work ethic, all that
Mhm.
stuff. And then he's got his system, but he's going to have to tailor his system to the players.
You're right.
Unless they,
Is that how it works?
that's how it's going to work there if they're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make a system and then the players don't fit the system.
So the coach has
It's
to adjust.
easier to change the system than it is the players.
So you're saying the coach needs to adjust to the players versus the players.
No, that's not what I said, Andy. I said he has his system
Mhm.
and he can tweak the system to fit the players.
Based on his personnel.
Yes, but it's not going to change materially.
Mhm.
But he can.
What do you think he's tweaking?
Well, it depends on. Again, it's all going to depend on what they do with the roster. They're going to do something.
Yeah.
They clearly can't come back
Yeah.
with the same roster.
No, man.
So, what that looks like, who knows?
Mhm. What do you think the recipe is to win? Like if you're running a team, what do you start with? You start goaltender out.
Goaltending out.
Do you look at when you look at their roster? I mean, it's easy for everyone just to say, "Listen, well, they've got too much money tied up in one position." But is it that simple?
With their roster, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You can't pay 4 forwards over
No.
half the cap.
No.
So if you do
It's
that,
an imbalance.
and you have 2 good defense pairings and 2 good lines in the other team, they cancel out. Now who's going to score? And I understand people are going to say, well, defense hasn't been an issue,
Mhm.
but scoring was too. If you don't have depth scoring it's in the playoffs, you might be able to win in the regular season, but in the playoffs, you're not winning.
Mm-hmm.
The top two lines typically, let's look at these 4 teams left.
Yeah.
The top two lines are canceling each other out.
Yes.
Who's left to score?
Except on the power play.
Who
right?
can score? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then again, if you live and die by the power play and you don't get power plays, how are you going to win?
That's why I didn't understand the head coach of Edmonton a few games ago. He's like, we've won a lot of games on the power play. We're not getting calls. And then now you get the players talking about it. I just felt like that was a bad move.
I agree.
Not that it was going to cost them the series, but if you're relying on the power play to get you through and to win series for you, I think that's a tough ask.
I think it's a double-edged sword. You're trying to send a message to the league and the referees, and you hope your players aren't hearing it. But in that market, they're definitely going to hear it because the media is going to ask them.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
your coach just said.
Yeah. Do you think Berube is a good fit for that roster there? I mean, you said it's going to be. We don't know what the roster, I guess, is going to look like. They're going to make some changes.
That's just it. But I think that's the type of coach they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's obviously had success. He's, when he got fired in Philly, I was didn't really understand it, but Hexy wanted his own guy in there. And so, but I like Chief. I had him as assistant coach there. Obviously played against him a long time.
Mm-hmm. Was he running the forwards in Philly?
Yeah.
Did you ever go have a fuck you match with him?
No, it was funny though. This is when Colton Orr was in Toronto and he was kind of running the roost, right?
Oh yeah.
And he's coming by our bench and he's motherfucking everybody. And what are you gonna fucking do? And he's like, I'm not talking to you, Chief.
Is that what he said? That?
Oh fuck yeah.
He's a cool kid.
Oh yeah. He was like, I get it. Not talking to you, Chief.
Respect, dude.
I mean, as he's going and then he saw Chief, like I think they locked eyes. He's like, not talking to you.
Yeah, I like that, dude. I like that.
How many times, like throughout your career, were people asking you to fight, and you were just like, I don't need
All
to
the time.
fight. I don't
Ask
need to-
him.
Yeah, I don't need to fight.
Well, I'm playing 30 minutes. You're playing 3.
Yeah.
How dare you say that to me? Well, hey, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
Both are primes.
Yeah.
Do you think you can beat me up in a fight?
Probably not.
Oh, really?
Wow. You know, Brian?
You don't have to say
God
that to me,
dang,
now.
Andy.
You can't hurt that
God
head.
dang.
What kind of
boy.
journey are you on now? Come on now.
Look at this head.
You guys get that?
Look at the size of this head.
Yeah. 250 right now.
Yeah.
When was your
yeah.
prime, Cam? What years were your? Because
Right now.
say when was your prime? Was the Edmonton year your best season you ever had? Because for me, I watched pretty much every game you ever played. That may for me, and I don't want to answer
maybe
quite every game.
Maybe start to finish, but how about this one? Here's a great story for you. As you guys were talking about the illustrious media and how great they are, I was 4th in voting for the Norris Trophy that year. Okay, so you're thinking I'm 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th on how many ballots? Do you think I made the second All-Star team?
Did you not?
No. What does that tell you about the common sense that they're voting with? That they're not putting their top 4 guys in the 4 slots in the All-Star teams. That happened 3 times in my career.
Where you were 4th and you did not make the.
Or I was 3rd, 4th,
Really?
2nd.
Because
How many times were you a finalist? 5 times?
I was in the top 5.
Top 3.
I know. Thanks, friend.
See what I have to deal with every day?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
He's laughing.
Oh yeah, Maddie's laughing.
You have everything.
I was in the top 5. I think 8 or 9 times.
Wow.
So why do you think that is? Because you.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. And Andy knows the real.
Mhm.
I made the media work for it. I was not gonna just let them softball it. Just if you want a good answer, ask a good question. So if you're gonna rip on me for having a shitty day, if you have a bad day, I'm gonna rip on you too. And I'm holding them to this standard. And most of the media members don't like that.
Didn't like it.
I was a good interview, but I was not an easy interview. Ask good
But you
questions, get good
became
answers.
A really fun interview for the media. They like the back and forth.
Later.
As you
Late-
got to
later,
Philly, when you got to
later
Philly.
they figured it out.
Yeah.
It's like one day I was screwing around when I was in Anaheim.
Mhm.
We were in Minnesota. And Tamu, the nicest man alive,
Oh yeah.
was just holding court with the media. And a friend of mine, the media guy, walks in and I'm just laying into him, just screwing around. And a couple of the media guys, then I start talking to him. I leave, catch the bus. And a couple of the media guys goes, oh my God, he's tough. I can't believe he took that. What? Why? He's like, he was kidding.
Yeah.
But all these guys think it's real and you're not allowed to have fun. You can't play with each other.
How dare you?
Yeah. So I think once I got to Philly, it was, I had a meeting the first, I don't know, week I was there with all the media. And I'm like, we've heard all the horror stories about the Philly media. I got along great with them.
Really?
I just sat them down. I said, listen, you can write good stuff. You can write bad stuff. You can rip me. You can do whatever you want. I have no problem. Just don't misquote me.
Mm-hmm.
If you misquote me, there's the door. Don't even think I'm going to talk if you're around me.
Damn right. Did they ever misquote you?
Nope.
Okay. Nobody did ever?
No. I got ripped all the time.
Not in Philly. but
Canadian
anywhere else.
media were the ones ripping you, though, correct?
When?
Throughout the course of your career, over the majority of the time, if you were being criticized, it was by the Canadian
Not
media.
necessarily. No. No. There's a couple. I don't want to do them any service and mention.
Do you feel like the
names.
Canadian media,
I didn't play in Canada other than 1 year in Edmonton.
right?
So
Game 7 of the 2006 Stanley Cup Final.
yeah.
You were like the overwhelming front runner to win the Conn Smythe. Certainly,
Yeah. What changed?
certainly if Edmonton would have won. Did you ever think about that? Like,
Why would-
heading into the game? It never-
No. God, no.
Okay.
No, I was thinking about the game.
Yeah.
Do you think about the next question?
Yes.
No.
You think as well?
How can I set him up for the next question?
No.
No.
Do you think you should have won it anyway, even in a loss?
He said we're not going to talk hockey
Dude,
questions with you.
I don't. Whether I didn't win it,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
Well, John
didn't win.
Shabaskin Jaguar, we've had him on, and he won the Conn Smythe in a loss. That picture.
Okay,
yeah, I remember that.
so-
It's kind of like he's like holding the trophy.
So
like,
how do you
"Yay." He's like, "Am I supposed
So
to
did Ron? Didn't
smile
Ron
or not?"
Hextall win it 1 year? The year there,
Like,
the finals,
Maybe. Yeah.
when in Philly. Yeah. So
80.
what is your point?
I'm just curious. I was always wondering
If what?
if you ever like
My heart was
felt
broken and I cried.
felt like you should have won that award.
Long tears. No.
Can I ask you a question? Real
Yeah.
quick?
Please do. Thank you. You can't let him bogart the mic.
I know this might be a weird one, but
I expect nothing less.
and I know. You and Chopper.
Yeah.
Or you and Scotty Niedermeyer. Who are you taking if you're in a Game 7?
Oh God.
Is that a bad question?
No.
That's legit.
No,
I was gonna actually.
Don't
ask
answer
her-
it. Let him-
yeah. Hey, deep
Why are you
thoughts
stealing
with
my
Cam.
shit?
because I asked.
Yes.
Didn't I?
No, you didn't ask that. He did.
I
Just
asked.
now.
I asked Quenneville privately.
Here we go.
He's got
I said Seabrook,
always about him.
Pronger, or McInnes. Who you taking?
Yeah.
And it was a private conversation. I don't know. if I
Oh,
can
here we
give
go.
that
Now,
out.
so now he's going to bring it up, but he's not going to
It's
say
always a private
You got it
conversation.
here first.
He said Pronger, or McInnes.
Oh, so now he's revealing the
Yeah,
info.
Is
So-
that bad? We can edit it.
Chopper
Yeah.
or Scotty?
You know what the funny part is? I never played with either one of them very much.
Really?
We were always
Talked about it
we were
a lot.
always
Power play, maybe.
a little bit of power play and then late in games, but
PK.
outside of that,
Okay.
usually late in game, last minute or two.
You played with McDonald, right? Who'd you play with the most?
Who?
Or in God, why am I forgetting his name?
O'Donnell,
O'Donnell. God,
in
Sean
Anaheim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sean
and
O'Donnell.
then Matt
Big dude,
Carl
big
and
dude.
Philly.
Yeah. His brother's having a hell of a run, huh?
David,
Good coach.
he's been there a long time.
Was Niedermeyer though like the best skater?
Oh my
I
God!
mean, come on.
Here's one. Salt Lake City Olympics elevation. He's out there twirling around. He said like a minute and a half, just cruising around. I was supposed, he's my guy. He felt bad. His lefty changed. My guy went out. He now played with my guy. And he just looked over and he's just like, oh shit, I better change. Like he wasn't even, paying attention. he didn't have to change. He just looked. He's like, oh, this is not my partner.
Do you look at that like, God, every stride's a
was-
struggle?
Oh yeah, just
know?
sinking into the ice and
Yes.
grinding
Well,
for every
bam.
stride,
Yeah.
and he's just floating around,
Floating.
cruising.
Who'd you play with
Impressive.
mostly? And how many Olympics did you play in? 3?
4.
4?
4.
So your last one was 2004, 10.
10. I was not in Sochi.
Okay. Crosby on that team, 2010?
He was. I think he scored that goal that I think it's
he
called
scored
the golden goal.
You remember that?
He's having a tough go. Did he do any research?
What'd you do this morning?
I'm joking.
Did you do any research?
We've had plenty of conversation on the golden goal. 2010. We've had lots of guys from that team. It's a joke.
No, it's not.
It did. It was
That was
over.
a subtle flex, by the way. Cam, everything's a subtle
He's
flex.
usually really good. Like, I don't. What's wrong with you today?
Is he nervous?
No, he always has. You tortured him at a young age, and he can't get over it.
You know, I used to
So
tell,
funny.
I used to say to you, like, I don't appreciate the way you're talking to me in front of my peers. Like,
Yeah. And sorry,
There's some funny clips of you.
ask better questions, Andy.
what's your question?
Yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah. Hey, first question. Make it a good one.
But what do you do after
Hey,
you
remember
win?
you got criticized
For doing that?
for tearing your ACL?
Oh, yeah. Me and Bernie Miklas got into it.
Really?
I go to hit Yzerman. He submarines me, blow my ACL out. Next day, article in the paper. My fault.
For running out of position.
Running out of position. Oh, you want me just to give the line? Let him have it? Oh, here. No, come on. Go ahead. Take a shot. So then I corner him after. You know, I'm walking around in my crutches and everything. Like, yeah, can I talk to you? Take him over here. And I'm like, what's your problem? He's like, what do you mean? I go, my fault? Running out of position? Do you even know the game? Were you even at the game? Nope. Up there, eating popcorn, wasn't paying attention.
Watching baseball.
Yeah, exactly. And was dying on his sword. Ran into him later that year at the Cheshire. May have been a little heated argument at the bar over a couple beers. Just like, why are you writing something that dumb?
Mhm.
My fault.
That's old school, though. I
How
like
dare you
it. I
take
like
out
it when a
Steve
player and journalist can kind of like get into it a little bit. The next day, I remember talking to you on the phone. You were very heated as maybe I've ever heard you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was the stupidest article ever written.
And-
And by the way, Cam,
Yeah.
never read articles, never really paid attention. Somebody actually put it in front of my face and like, are you reading this crap?
Was that a dirty hit by Yzerman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he went low on you.
I was going to, when I came back the next year, late in the year, I was going to get him. I'm like, okay, he tore my ACL, ended, I missed a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, we were playing, came back and then we were playing him and then we're in a line brawl. Who do I grab? He's right there. And all I hear is kids screaming at me, no, don't do it.
Why?
Because he didn't want me to kill him.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you didn't grab him?
I grabbed him.
Okay. And what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Just kind of shake. Did you ever say anything to him? Like
No, he apologized.
he did?
Yeah.
Send you like a bottle of wine or something?
No, he called me in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do I think he was trying to blow my ACL out? No. But he was dealing with his own knee issues at the time.
Yeah.
So, no. Do I think he did it on purpose? No. But
Maybe he went low on you on purpose, right?
well, he went low on purpose. I don't think he went low into me on purpose.
Of course not. Yeah.
I think he was, again, I had him lined up.
Mm-hmm.
He ducked
Mm-hmm.
and ducked into my knee as I was planting to hit him. Clean, by the way.
Everyone says you were the dirtiest player ever. Who do you think was the dirtiest player you played against?
Let me ask you this, and he'll have an answer for this. How many teams do you think tried to hurt me, tried to do not nice things to me?
Dirty things to you?
Yeah. How many teams do you think said, "Oh, we're going to get that guy tonight"?
Uh-huh.
How many do you think?
How many teams are there?
If there were 30 in the league at the time.
There would
30,
be 30 probably. Yeah.
How many?
30.
You think my
29.
teammates were trying to do that?
29 other teams, yeah.
Okay.
There it is.
And
nervous.
by the way,
I can't even ask.
and every
So funny,
single
man.
player, whether they were
They wanted
that type of player or not,
Mm-hmm.
if they got a chance to spear me, stick me,
Mhm.
hit me, do something to me, they were doing it.
You're constantly pissed off every single game because of that, right?
Well, I had to, first off, I learned early in my career how I had to play to be successful.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got necks on my back, so I might as well be the aggressor.
Yeah.
Are you ducking the question?
What's the question?
Who was
I
the
thought I answered it.
dirtiest player you played against? Who was dirty?
29 teams, dude.
I don't know if there was a one guy.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, there was usually, well, you remember the era.
Yeah.
There was a couple guys on every team.
Every team, yeah.
You know, there were a couple rats, a couple big guys, couple, you know.
What about that Bufflin?
Is he dirty?
Yeah, but like just like bumping against you. You know what I mean? Like I know I saw it. Just
That was a fun.
By the way,
Bufflin was hardcore.
how about this? That playoff series?
Yeah.
That's the only hit that ever circulates. That one hit when he hit me when I didn't have the puck, by the way.
I know.
Didn't have the puck, hits me. I'm like, and we're gonna die on that sword. I manhandled him for 5.5 games. And that's the one hit.
Yeah.
He got one hit.
Is he the biggest player you ever had to move?
I mean, there was some, like John LeClaire, man, he was big.
Really?
Strong. We had him on. He's cool.
So strong.
Right.
So strong. I mean, there were a couple of times when we played Philly where you're like trying to move, I'm just like, I'm not moving this guy.
No, I'm getting in front of
He's
him.
planted.
Yeah.
But Bufflin, I'm like, no, you watch in the lead up to when you're playing in a series, you watch what they do. Like Bertuzzi, same thing. He would push you into the goalie or push off you, and then I'm like, I mean, you got to pay attention to that stuff. You know their moves, you know what they do, and you know how to counteract it.
Yeah.
So I would be the aggressor and get him out of there, or spear him in the nuts, or do whatever you got to do. Just to the first game in Chicago in that series, picked him up, slammed him on the ice, stared down on him like, I'm here, brother.
What?
All
What
game.
are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm here, waiting for your response.
I'll be on the ice.
You know where to find me.
What about a guy like Lindros? Would he talk much on the ice or no?
Yeah, he would talk. I didn't really have. I was always in the couple years in Hartford, I hadn't kind of figured it out yet. And then you're playing in the West East. I mean, you're playing 8 games, by the way.
Yeah.
In your division, 4 in your conference, and then you're barely, you one road, one home, maybe, or one period.
He's hurt a lot too. Yeah.
And he was hurt, but in his heyday, we didn't really play against him much.
But you heard about him probably when you were
I played against him in junior.
Yeah. How good was he?
Oh, he
in
was
junior?
a
Best player you
man-child.
played against in junior?
Man-child, just so big, so big.
You dominated juniors too, didn't you? God dang. Or you still finding your groove then?
I mean, I was the same, but I was skinny. I still had I played with the edge all the time. We had a good team. We had a really good team. We had a good junior team. Like, we had a few guys play pro, but we had really good junior players.
Yeah.
That the way they played may not have translated to the NHL.
I get that.
In junior, I mean, we had, I think my second year, we had 5 guys over 100 points, and
Isn't that weird how some of these guys don't make it though?
yeah, and they're high.
What happened?
Guys that were super high picks that fizzled out early.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you own a junior team at one point?
I did.
Mississauga?
I did.
And how was that? Can you make a lot of money owning a junior team or not?
We did flipping it, not running it.
How do you get involved with something like that? Because you're still playing,
Got
right?
Cherry involved?
We bought it from. He was a minority owner at that time, but this is when I got hurt. So I thought I was done. I hurt I had my knee, but then I had my wrist problem. I thought my career was over. So I'm like, what am I going to do? And I started kicking. I had the whole year off trying to rehab and figure out what I was going to do. So I started kicking tires on junior teams, and this was when they were affordable.
Yeah. Yes.
Before they've gone on.
It was just starting.
It was starting. It was starting, right?
Yeah.
And
Newer
then there was-
buildings and stuff like that.
and there was a couple community teams, so Kitchener, Peterborough, and we kicked tires on Kitchener. Right afterwards, they changed their formation and locked it down where it was community owned. They couldn't sell it, and they made it a nonprofit. And that was the one I was trying to buy.
Kitchener.
Oh, hell yeah.
Would you ever want to buy one again?
Not now, not at these numbers.
No.
I think Oshawa. I think they won like $30 million.
Really?
Dumb.
Like 30 million?
That's what I heard.
How much money are you making on a junior team?
Not at that
Right,
number.
breaking
You're
even.
not.
You're doing it
No,
as
no,
a
they're not.
hobby, right?
I don't think you can make money at that number.
It's a
unless you're paying cash
yeah,
and you're not thinking about cash on cash.
yeah.
You can cash flow the team probably.
Yeah.
But not on that money.
But if you had a ton of money owning a junior team,
If you were
pretty
wealthy
cool.
and not rich,
That's right.
Shaq.
No.
Owning
If
a
you're
junior-
rich, not wealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Owning a junior team is pretty cool,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
If you're into that.
okay.
No, if you're into if you think you can make money, or it's an ego purchase.
Yeah.
They're not making that much money unless you're London. They're making money.
They're making money. What about Windsor? They're making money too, right?
They're doing all right, but I think
Okay.
certain teams they got to win.
Why does London make so much more money than?
What are they doing?
What are they
First
doing?
off, the market, Western University, right there,
Right.
Okay.
9,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
You-
But they had to have money to build that arena, right?
no.
They had a shitty right
No,
before that.
dude.
Oh, God.
He bought the.
It went-
Here's what I think.
I got hepatitis from
I
it.
think he bought the team for 2.
Okay.
Including the arena that he had.
Oh.
Sold the land for $1 million. So now he owned the team for $1 million, and they built him a new arena.
Wow, man.
The town did.
I don't know who built it, but yeah, I imagine somebody.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
Hunters are doing it, man.
Oakview runs it now, but they were running it for a long time. They owned the money machines in there, $5 to take out money, fee
For the ATM machine.
for the ATM machine.
That's Canada, though.
No, but they owned it.
Oh, yeah.
So they were charging $5, and sorry, we only take cash at the concession
Ah.
stands.
Go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a money machine right there.
Yeah. Actually, there's 5 of them.
Yeah, feel free.
God damn.
What was Crosby like though when he was a young, like playing in the Olympics? Like, were you watching this kid like in practice and everything, and being like, this guy, he's just different?
We didn't really practice that much.
Morning
I
skates,
flew in.
whatever, in the
Yeah,
room.
but I mean, morning skate, you're not really. You're not.
He's trolling around.
You're loosening up. You're trying to
He's
get
trolling-
your back right. And
throwing
you're,
pucks around.
yeah. No, but I flew in.
Mhm.
We played Montreal. I flew into Vancouver. Got on the ice that afternoon. I'm exhausted from playing 3 and 4, 30 minutes a night. Fly across the country, get in, practice. I'm spent. Normally that would have been a full day off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Spent. It took me probably, and now you're in elevate, it gets sea level it up, but you're out of sorts. And it took me probably 4 days to get back up to, and everybody, you start skating around and, all right, we're going to go 75%. Yeah, right. One guy sees this guy going, so then they up their pace, and they up their pace. Next, you're going full speed.
Mhm.
You're not doing 75%. It's not going to happen. And you're just zipping it around. Everybody's trying to look
Yeah, they're showing off to each other.
justify why they're on the team.
Egos, baby.
But I mean,
Got
I
that
look
right.
at like, you look at the dream team in basketball and stuff like that. I mean, you get all the superstars together on one team. I mean, it's got to be
They're playing against
it's
peasants.
a unique experience, though.
though, in '92.
Yeah.
Look back on it. I mean, look at the names on those teams.
What'd you do after you won? Like, what do you do? Did you get drug
Canada?
tested?
Canada?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of guys just got
I
drug
did.
tested.
I did. I did in Salt Lake. I
Yeah.
think I got drug tested there. I don't think I did in Vancouver. No, we just went out for dinner.
That's it?
Yeah.
Everybody? together?
No. We all went over to Canada House. There was Team Canada had their own little building,
Mm-hmm.
and we went over there for a while, had fun. Families, that's where all the families would meet.
Okay.
So we go over there, meet up with everybody, have food and drink, whatever. And then I went for dinner with my family.
Cool. What do you think of the salary cap? You think it's
Which one?
the one that the NHL is?
The NHL cap?
Yeah, the NHL cap. You think it's
What do I think about
been
it?
good for the game? It's bad for the game. Do you not like it?
In what sense?
Just teams are limited in terms of how much they can spend.
Okay. What about the bottom teams?
Okay, I'm asking that you.
Oh no, I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah.
I'm asking you.
Well, yeah.
Put it into context.
No, it probably
Are you worried about Toronto and Montreal and
No.
Edmonton?
no. In New York,
Like I got somebody asked that a guy goes, "Oh, why don't the teams that are in the no tax states
Yeah,
should
I
have
saw
a
that.
different cap?"
right,
I
right.
saw
I
that,
know.
yeah.
Oh,
I
so
saw
the
that.
teams that have all the revenue, do they get a different cap too?
Right.
Exactly.
Like, give me a break. It's a league.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
The bottom teams get money from the top teams to help survive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, moving Phoenix is going to help the cap. I think they're going to crush in Utah.
Do you think so? I was going
Oh,
to ask you that.
they're
Hell
gonna
yeah.
crush.
Right?
They're going
They're
to
gonna
Big
crush
time.
him.
They're going to crush it.
Yeah.
Salt Lake's booming, number one.
Booming.
Number two, I know that owner. He's going to do a great job.
Seems like a cool guy.
They've got a good strategy, a good game plan. And
What's the game?
And oh, by the way, they're going from the bottom of the rung revenue-wise to probably starting mid.
Yeah.
So the whole hockey-related revenue,
Yes.
you don't no longer have that drag. So then who's the bottom? Florida and Carolina?
Could you imagine playing in Arizona?
Columbus? Who are the bottom ones,
Right now, Columbus.
revenue-wise?
Oh. And
Who's down there in the bottom?
I think
they probably make a little bit.
Florida's been packing it in pretty good, I think, all year.
a little better this
You
year.
know.
But comparatively speaking,
Yeah.
like who are the small markets?
Winnipeg.
Columbus. Winnipeg.
They weren't packing it in.
No, they were not.
First half of the season.
Why is that, you think? Why did Winnipeg not pack the house when they were dominant all year long? Is it the prices? What is it?
I think partly the economy sucks in Canada, so I think people are tight. They don't have the money. Winnipeg's a small market. There's not a lot of business. Like there's not a lot of big businesses there.
No.
So it and when Canada as a whole, economy wise, is struggling.
Mhm.
So when that happens, it's tough,
Yeah.
especially in a market like that. As I said, with limited big business.
Ottawa's another one. You just,
Again, let's look at the teams that are struggling.
Yeah.
Arizona is in a 5,000 seat arena. They're no longer in a 5,000
Could you
seat
imagine playing there?
Let me finish.
Because I'm curious your thoughts on that.
Why is he
Let him
interrupting
talk.
my answer? Why is he interrupting me all the time?
Welcome to my world.
Arizona, 5,000 seat arena. Ottawa, hour outside of the city center.
Yeah.
Florida,
Bad location.
45 minutes outside the
45
city
minutes.
Bad
center.
location.
So if you look at all the teams that are at the bottom, most of the teams that are at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
they're all teams that don't have a team in the city center
Yeah.
where people can walk. They get restaurant, the core restaurants and bar scenes.
And Arizona was in that situation before, even in Glendale.
Yeah.
They were way outside
No,
of
they've been
town.
in that
Yeah.
situation almost the entirety
Yeah.
outside of when they were at America West. when it
Right.
was America West.
But to answer, what if you were playing in a 5,000 seat arena
No, thank you.
in Arizona?
See, first off, that's not playing in the NHL.
It's not.
And it was a makeshift. And by the way, give me a break.
No.
The junior rinks are bigger than that.
And the league just held on to it forever. And
Well, no, they held on, giving it a chance. It could be. I do think there will be a team there.
Yeah.
oh,
When they figure out,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be with that guy. When they figure out an arena,
Mhm.
and I still don't understand how they can't figure out an arena with, especially now with the new owner of the Suns.
right.
Any complex that gets built there, it should be dual.
Sure.
You're going to want,
Multi-purpose, yeah.
you want two sports teams in a building and then you get concert. You're just going to make more money.
Yeah.
And you got
And
people flowing down there anyway,
And
organically.
the restaurants and the bars and the whole development's going to thrive if there's two teams there.
Can you?
I don't understand the concept of we're going to build a building only for one sport when there's multiple there.
Can you walk me through the 04-05 lockout from your perspective? Were you involved in the meetings? Were you like, this is absolutely ridiculous?
Which meetings?
The PA meetings. And were you heavily involved
I was
on the
at
player
the PA
side?
meetings. I wasn't involved. I wasn't on the board.
Were you battling with other players? Were you like, people are
I
just,
was not battling with anybody.
okay. Were you like, this is worth fighting for? We're going to miss the season. This is, we got to stand our ground.
I was all about fighting for our rights and
Mhm.
fighting for what we believed in. I just wanted to know what the exit strategy was. What is our plan B? In that situation, you need to have a plan B. In any negotiation, what is your plan B? Meaning, take it or leave it. It's not our league.
Mm-hmm.
We don't own the league. We're the players in the league. Most of the owners, they got other businesses. Yeah, some of them didn't. Most of them, it's not their core business. So can they affect change more? Can they withstand, I don't know. Do you know how much money I lost?
Tell me.
Lots. Do you know, like,
Especially with the rollback and all that.
no, but
You lost a full year of
by the
salary.
way, which is fine because lots of guys did. And in 92, guys lost money
Mm-hmm.
when there was a strike. And in 94, when we were locked out again, guys lost money. Like, it's a pay it forward league. Like,
Mhm.
the next guy is always the next player, the next era, the next. It's always going to be. It should be better.
Mm-hmm.
And you're standing your ground, but there has to be a plan B. Where does it go?
Mm-hmm.
Or is our stance, okay, we're never going to play?
So do you think it
How
was
was that
necessary to miss a full season? Could that have been avoided?
Well, here's the biggest problem. The rollback, we offer this rollback.
Mm-hmm.
This is where they lost the players or the bulk of them.
24%, right?
They offer this rollback. They offer something else. There was like 3 or 4 giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's next? Because we didn't have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It was, okay, well, let's offer this. This will get the deal done. Oh, we're hearing owners are caving. Okay, great. They can have 4, they can have 10 owners cave. That's not the majority. There was at least 20 owners that were never going to budge,
Mm-hmm.
including here in St. Louis. He wasn't going to
Were you
move.
talking with the owner here at the time or no?
No. Why?
Who?
I wasn't on the board.
Okay, but you were going to the meetings and stuff, and you're
Yeah,
the face of the team.
You're not giving us all the info.
face of the team. You could have, who's the best NHLPA executive director that you feel like had that during your time as a player that really had the player's best interest? You felt like was the best guy for the job and did the best work.
Well, I like Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Goodenow was great for the players. I just wanted him to have a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he did great work for the players. Look at where the salaries went from 92
Yeah.
Oh man.
when they went on strike,
Mhm.
salary disclosure, on and on and on. Look at where the dollars went from.
Mm-hmm.
From there, I signed in Hartford a year later. A year and a half later from that strike. Not even a year and a half. I think the average, our captain was making $300,000. I was making $1.6 million with my signing bonus.
How'd you afford to eat at night?
I know. How many cars and homes do you need? No, but when you think of like
dude.
salary disclosure, like so, and by the way, there were guys that lost their jobs in
Yeah.
92 after the strike. They're like,
Yeah.
no, you're done.
Yeah.
Were the older guys pissed? Like, God damn, this guy's making.
Well, I'm sure.
How many guys had to
No,
retire?
no. You know what? Actually, the opposite. Good. And that was the forward thinking. He's now a GM in the league. You can do your own research on that.
I know it.
I'm not going to
tell
I'm
Andy.
not going to give you. I'm not going to give you the tap in. He was making $300,000, I think. Get up for a new deal. He was going to be a free agent, and I was making 1.6. He was happy because he knew I'm going to make
Damn right.
that and more
Mm-hmm.
because that's where the salaries are going.
Yep.
Right.
And he was a captain. He was a 30, 40 goal scorer. He was going to
Making 300. What year was
back
this?
then. This is 93.
Okay.
300.
You like Gary?
By the way, back then that was top salary. In 93, just think
Wow.
how quickly Lindros got the year before 3.5 a year, plus whatever, and
300,000 was the highest salary.
no, on our team,
Oh,
on our
yeah. Okay.
on our team.
But do you look at
Not on all the teams,
Do you-
on our team.
do you look at baseball players?
I think Gretzky was making 8, I think back then.
Really?
You look at some of
It's like
these.
6 maybe.
Do you still look at some of these baseball players? They're signing for
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah, but basketball's 5 guys. But like baseball, like they sign some of these pitchers to $300 million. Their shoulder goes out.
Yeah.
They don't do any. Like it's unbelievable. At some point, it's going to cave in, right? Like
No
you don't think so? No, they keep all the revenue.
values. If I just did a presentation on sports valuations, at no point have they ever gone down. No point. And I'm same as you. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
Baby.
how are they keep going up? Look at St. Louis. When they bought the team for, what was it, 200?
150.
150 million? Okay.
40, whatever.
150. And I remember when they were buying it, and I'm like, no, it was more. It was 300 and something. They bought it from Checkits Group for 400 million, I think. Or 3 something, I think. If I'm not, check that.
Yeah.
Fact check me.
We'll check that.
But
He will.
when you think
Yeah.
about that, I know obviously a bunch of the owners, and I'm like,
yeah.
what are you doing? Huh. It's pretty smart now.
Really smart.
The issue, and I was saying this in my time, the issue early in my career was cash calls.
Mm-hmm.
Like and by the way, when you look at the ownership on all sports, it's a long-term play. It is the teams that are in the big markets, they don't trade.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting other teams flipping that are kind of If a big team like this trades, like Montreal trade, Molson rebuys it, they sell it, then Jeff Molson buys it with his group.
Mm-hmm.
George Gillette made like $500 million on that deal.
You ever miss a paycheck? Any owner ever not pay you?
I had to make a phone call once.
Really?
Signing bonus.
Wow.
Was it that $1 million that
one of them, yeah.
Fierzy, one of them?
Signing bonus.
What'd they say to you?
Oh, sorry. We need
Sorry.
to. No, they said sorry. We need to move money into that account.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, just make sure you do.
Go ahead and move it. Go ahead. And move
Oh,
it.
they did. They did.
Go ahead and move them.
Oh,
What
no,
do
I
you
got it like an hour later.
Okay.
What do you think of Gary Bettman in terms of the job he's done?
I mean, look at the value.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at where it was. I mean, you could say rising tides, but there's always detractors. There's always people like, well, why did you do this and why did you do that? Do you really want to screw with the game that much?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your niche. Do we want it to grow a bit more in the U.S.? It is in the northern part. You want to grow it in the South? If you're in the South and you don't have a winning team, you're going to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
There's just too much to do. But in California, like, how are you going to fill that arena when you got a last place team?
I know.
Good luck. They're going to go surfing. They're going to go to the beach. They're going to
go to USC.
They're going to go golf. Yeah, they're going to go to
Takes an hour to
something
get
else.
there anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to go to They're going to go to a Dodger game. They're going to go to a
Right.
Laker game. They're going to go to whatever.
Right.
Like, there's just too many options. They're going to go to Disney World.
Yep.
There's just too many options. So,
How do you look at the NHL right now? Like, is there anything that you would change? Because the game seems pretty fun. Like, we got hits, you got fights.
as long as that, like,
A lot of superstars.
a lot of
doing their thing.
superstars, they're being marketed well.
yeah. Well, that was always
Got
the
a ways
biggest
to go
issue.
still.
I mean, for what it is compared to
It's gotten better. but
Yeah.
got a ways to go.
people are. I mean,
I think they've looked at, especially now with social media and branding and all that stuff, marketing the players, promoting the players. It was always like, we don't want to promote the players. We'll have to pay them. You're already paying me. Promote the players that are willing to do it too.
yeah.
Some guys, the guys that talk like this, nobody wants to hear them. Promote the guys that are flashy.
Are players
Yeah.
boring to you nowadays? Because Andy and I talk about that too. Like, there's
I think that
are robots.
that is changing a little. Some guys,
Okay.
but the top guys they don't want to rock the boat. They just want to, they want to play the game. And
You don't have to rock the boat.
no, just be like
Just be
Trocheck.
funny.
Just be funny and chirp your own
Just
teammates.
have a
you know?
have a personality.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all you got to do. You don't have to rock the boat.
Well, but in hockey,
Yeah.
having a personality is rocking the boat.
That's right.
Still,
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I feel like.
I'm not around the game. I
Well,
don't know.
here's my take.
Not in the locker room.
Here's my take. You're getting more and more American kids now coming into the NHL. These kids grew up watching Sports Center and other sports, NBA, NFL. Not to say Canadian kids didn't, but grew up in a little bit of a different environment. So I think you're starting to see some of that charisma, maybe being increased a little bit in hockey because of the influx of some of the athletes that are coming from south of the border.
Yeah, I would argue. I'm not a fan of look at them walking in with their outfits. What does that got to do with the game? And who gives a shit?
No.
Mhm.
Unless you're a good-looking woman, that ain't gonna work.
Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got good strike. Oh, look at he doesn't look like he's ready. He's wearing a black suit with a white shirt.
They all look the
Who
same.
gives a shit?
Right.
They all look the same.
No shit.
You wear the suit to walk off the bus, to walk in the room, to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
Walk in with no shirt on.
Yeah.
And then put the fucking camera on.
Wear look at the,
You know?
wear a jersey, wear something
Yeah.
else.
Something.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Because listen, and I've said this to several people over the years. I don't remember ever covering a player that knew the CBA as well as you did, that studied the game. You always knew everybody. Before you could just look it up on Cap Friendly, you knew what players were making, who was going to be a free agent, who was a UFA, how many years they had left in their contract. You were always very smart like that. And I always felt like you were going to be a general manager. It was a slam dunk. You were going to be a GM. Why aren't you working in hockey right now?
Here's the hard-hitting question.
I was waiting because
You're waiting on that
It's
one.
been a fucking hour and a half, and you haven't answered your question yet.
Why isn't Chris Pronger working in the NHL? And you have worked for the league.
I
You were
worked.
involved with player safety.
Yeah.
I want to get your take on that
Yeah.
job too. But
Yeah.
Why aren't you working in hockey right now?
I worked for the NHL for 3 years, Department of Player Safety. Then I worked for 3 years as senior advisor to the GM in Florida. And then I had enough. I was good.
Did you take the job in Florida thinking, hey, this is going to be... eventually I'm going to take over the team.
I had a great time learning from Dale Talon. We got along
You've had him on, yeah.
We got along great. He was great to work for. Great to me. But I was just tired of being told what to do, where to go, how to do it.
Is that what you mean by that? You had enough? Is it because you just
I have 30 years of being told where to go, what to do, how to do it.
Put your stick there, do this, do that.
Like, enough. I want to do my own thing. I want to be my own boss. I don't want people telling me what to do.
I get you, man.
You know? I get you too.
He's my boss. So.
That's right.
How do I get rid of him?
So you're not closing the door, though.
I learned a long time ago, never say never. I'm not actively seeking a job, if that's what your question is.
If somebody came to you and said, hey,
we're going to play the what if game? Are we playing hypotheticals?
Yeah, I want you to come run my franchise.
It's not going to happen.
Nah.
No.
Are you very opinionated? Do you feel
I am opinionated.
You feel like maybe...
Do I politic?
You think?
Do I politic? No,
Yeah.
I don't. And that's probably but I don't have time for it. I don't care.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I don't need that.
No.
But
I don't care.
But the game is...
Like I had somebody ask me, well, what if you need to rip somebody, or what if you need to, say something that might offend somebody? I'm like, I'm sorry. You do know who I am, right? You have seen my body of work?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Can you, before we get out of here, you told me when you first went to Florida, when nobody was talking about this guy, no one even knew who he was.
Yeah.
You said this Barkov is a top 5 player in the game today.
Yeah.
Now this was like...
That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 17. That was 8 years ago.
8 years ago. You told me that. He came in the league in 13-14.
Yeah.
So
he was 23 years old.
You're like, this guy's top 5 player in the game. And I would say that you said that to other people.
Oh, I used to tell everybody that.
And they would be like...
Told everybody that.
We don't even... He's not on TV. We don't ever see him. You know, it's like... And he doesn't play in Canada. It's like... Yeah. I'd be like, dude, like, I'm just saying. And now I think he's got some pieces around him, and you're starting to see it. And he's playing deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Is he? Did you get to know him at all?
Yeah.
And are you happy to see him evolve?
Oh yeah.
I hear he's an unbelievable guy.
Great guy.
He just sent my kid a jersey for his birthday.
He's like Jagger. Like Jagger was there right at the beginning of his career. He's like Jagger. He just loves the game. Just loves practicing. He loves improving. He loves built like a brick shit house.
That's a tough guy to move out of the crease. Jagger. Yeah.
Does he do a parachute? Back?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Or like the weights that
he's got in big legs. Like, just look at the way he skates. I'm like,
monster.
He's upright but down in that squatting position. Just powerful stride. When he needs to get going, he can get on the horse.
Do the other people in Florida knew what they had?
Oh yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
If you're 18 right now,
they knew that.
If you're 18 years old right now, you're gonna be the #1 pick overall. What team would you want to be the big dog at 18 years old and go through that organization and that media market? What team would you want?
Well, you want to, if you're looking at all of it,
everything.
Yeah, you want to be in a big market.
Yeah,
like, you just want to, because the goal is, I mean, it's like Michael Jordan, it's like Kane and Taves, it's like all these guys that come in a big market. You grow up, they see you grow up and flourish in front of their eyes, and from the depths of first, second pick overall to winning a championship, they've been through the good, bad, and ugly, and takes hold in that marketplace, and the league get to see it. It's pretty cool.
Like the Rangers, would you want to be in the Big Apple?
I mean, would I personally? No. Just I don't like big cities.
Man, neither do I.
Oh man, trouble.
You know,
a lot of shit.
We had Alexander Dagon.
Yeah,
who was drafted ahead of you.
Great guy.
Great. We loved talking to him.
Yeah.
Did you understand what he was saying at the draft when no one remembers? He was trying to he kind of justified.
It was like the Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
No, but he's broken English. And he kind of fucked.
Well, he did. I played with him that year. We played together at the World Juniors.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He did not speak very much English.
No, he did not.
No.
He's like, I'm talking about a quote my dad told me.
Yeah, right.
Well,
When I was a kid.
and oh, by the way, thank God I didn't go to Ottawa.
Oh,
God, what a disaster.
Over
Just-
Hartford.
Well, they both were disasters. Hartford,
Hartford's
by the way,
You're right.
think about that. At the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah, Ottawa.
Hartford was better than Ottawa,
Wow.
Okay.
just with how they ran the organization,
God,
how they protected him, how they
there.
not the media. It's expectations. It's
Yeah, the hype.
how you protect the player. How you you know what? Answering questions every single day as an 18-year-old. Do you really need to do that?
It's like Darnell Nurse. Why would they even have him? And I know, like, when you get to the conference final, did you see his press conference yesterday?
No.
He was giving like 3-word answers, took a lot of heat
Yeah.
for like talking to the media and kind of being rude to the media and like not answering questions.
What? Okay, but hold
But
on.
why was he even put in that situation?
Because you need to answer the bell.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way,
it's fine.
it doesn't matter that he gave 3-word answers. He answered. He showed up.
Yeah.
By the way, I guarantee you, some of those media, if they rip him and he tries to find him, they're going to be hiding.
Mm-hmm.
He was there to show his face. He's proud.
Yeah.
You know, I think. And oh, by the way, you're sending a statement to your teammates. I'm here. I'll take the criticism.
Let's go.
I'll take it.
Damn right.
Let's go out there and show on the ice.
They did.
We're still in it.
They didn't ask any tough questions though, really, to him in the scrum.
Well, what are you going to ask him? What would you have asked him? Let's hear it.
Go ahead,
Scoops.
Eddie. Go ahead.
Hold
What are you gonna? No.
No. Now you're pushing
he
it
asked
off.
you a question.
Can I
answer?
No. Easy with your hamburger helper hands in my
He
in
asked
my
you a question.
face. Hold on. If he's taking a lot of heat and he's getting bashed by the media, well, this is an opportunity to talk to him directly. Is what I'm saying. And like it was like they're asking questions about how other guys are playing and stuff like that. I'm just saying it
Well, then
wasn't
that was a missed opportunity on their part.
correct. That's
Okay.
what I'm
Well,
trying to
What would
say.
you have asked them?
How would you evaluate your performance so far in the series?
Well, I think as we hear over and over, stats don't lie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if you
Yeah.
for those people out there that don't realize this, if you don't think players don't realize they're struggling,
I know. Listen.
there are moments in time where it comes
Hey.
easy. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt the guy.
Hey, Jesus.
There are moments in time where it comes easy, where you're just sitting back in the rocking chair. Everything just feels great.
Yeah.
And there's moments in time where you just can't feel anything.
Mhm.
And you're just like, oh, man, you have to dumb it down and simplify it because it's not good right now.
Yeah.
And you just have to make it as simple as possible. Don't get outside your comfort zone. I think sometimes, especially in a team like that, that's that high flying and that up tempo and fast paced, everything's like chaotic. And it needs, sometimes you got to slow it down.
That's fine. And I would not have been bashing and then and players who have played here over the years, I don't do the scrums anyway, for the most part. Unless you really have
No, you wait. You wait on the
wait until
you
you're
wait
already
on the
done.
backside of the scrum to get your one-on-one.
Yeah. Wait till everybody's gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who's winning the cup?
King of the one-on-one.
Who's winning the cup? Who's the best team right now? Florida.
I would argue Florida. Just the physicality, and they're healthy. Last year they were banged up.
Yeah.
But they
Oh, yeah.
stay healthy.
Yes.
They have to stay healthy.
Matthew didn't get hurt till the final last year.
Thanks, Tips.
Yeah. He couldn't even move his shoulder.
Sternum.
Was it? Yeah. Couldn't he? Remember?
Colasar.
Yeah, it was a big hit.
Yes. Yeah. He stepped up on the D.
But when you think about it, this year, are they going to be like bumps and bruises? Yes. But they have a lot of depth. They play a fast, physical game. They get in quick. They play hard.
Mhm.
They have a goalie. And again, as long as he stays hot. Because if he gets cold, he can't stop a beach ball.
Who?
Bob,
Oh, yeah. If he gets cold.
if he gets cold. But if he stays hot,
Yeah.
dude,
He's been hot
But
for a while now.
Didn't you guys like Bennett? Like he's always in every single play.
Yeah.
He's in the mix on everything.
they're just around. They move very well on the
Yes.
ice together.
Verhage, all these guys.
You know, and they're not young,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not old.
Yeah.
They're all like in that right range.
I know.
Dude. Ready
where
to go.
where they've had enough experience
Yeah.
and a little taste last year of what it's going to be like, which I think will help them.
I agree.
Bob's like
they-
the oldest player, really. You think he's 35 or something. They don't have anybody that's,
Trying to think.
I mean, Montour and Ekblad, all these guys are just.
No, they got a good thing going on down there.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
How about this?
Go ahead.
Think about the draft. Ekblad, Reinhart
Yeah.
on that team.
Mhm.
My God.
Draisaitl. No, that's
Sorry.
different draft.
Oh.
You interrupted again.
Sorry.
Draisaitl was the third pick.
Wow.
Bennett,
He went fourth.
where's he?
Couldn't
They have 1, 2, and 4 from that draft on their team.
Wow.
could not do a pull-up at the combine.
Yeah.
So,
And they made a big deal out of it. I
Yeah.
know.
by the way, I couldn't have either.
Look at me. Well,
No, but I couldn't have
Yeah.
done a pull-up
not one.
at the combine.
Because of your shoulder or because of your strength?
My strength. No, I was playing 30, 35 minutes a night, and I was 100 and my weight at the Memorial Cup that year,
Mhm.
mid to late May,
Mm-hmm.
it's 167 pounds. Yeah.
I'm a huge
that-
fan of
After the season, I was so tired after games I couldn't eat, so I wasn't so tired. I was like,
Yeah.
I couldn't eat. I'd have a sub. I couldn't even eat a sub.
Force
I couldn't
it
eat
down.
pizza. I couldn't even force it.
Really?
Just like tired.
Yeah, man.
So I just was withering away. And then I get to the draft. So a month later at the draft,
Mhm.
I was 100 and I think I gained 20 pounds. I was 187 pounds.
Wow.
And a month later. And then by training camp, I was 200.
All right.
You
You don't eat when you're dehydrated. Like
No,
that,
no.
dude.
I was just like
Yeah.
spent.
Yeah.
You think Matthew and Brady are both better than Walt?
At what?
Hockey.
In which, what facet, Scoops?
Hey, listen.
Overall.
The overall.
Overall.
The
Will they be when push comes to shove and everybody talks about the Tkachuk family?
I think Matthew
Where's
will
it
have
gonna
more
be
points.
rated?
I think
Where's it gonna be
Matthew will have better points.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Brady plays more like Keith
Mm-hmm.
from a physical standpoint. I don't. Brady's got good hands.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got great hands like Keith did.
Mm-hmm.
So I think point wise, it'll go Matthew, Keith, Brady.
Mhm.
But I would say, which one of the three would you want as your guy? And all three of them would be in the conversation for different
Yeah.
reasons.
Especially if
Yep.
Like I think people look at Brady and he's playing in Ottawa. They don't have a great team.
No.
They're still on the rise.
Mhm.
He's mad every game.
He's
Pissed off.
because he's
frustrated.
losing.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize when you aren't used to that and you don't like that
Mm-hmm.
and you're losing your shit every game because you don't like being taken advantage of, you don't like
Yeah.
losing, you don't like all this stuff. You're lashing out because you're pissed off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they look at that as a lack of leadership. I'm like, that's what you want.
No doubt.
You want a guy that's going to accept losing?
What did he say the other day? He's like, I've been in the league 6 years. I haven't done shit yet. Like,
Yeah.
just like puts the onus
That's
on
what
himself.
McKinnon said a few years back.
He did the same thing.
You know what? And I want to see
And
Brady.
he's a Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, he is. And I want to see Brady play
Right.
in the playoffs. But you know what? If Big Walt was playing in this era too, though, it's like, with the, he could probably get around the ice.
No hooking and clutching.
Yeah,
damn right.
Yeah, he can just camp out in front. You know what I
Well,
mean?
especially now, you don't move anybody.
Yeah.
You got in front of it.
I would argue, though, you look at the teams that are playing now, all the teams that are advanced, all box out.
All the teams with big defensemen.
No, all the teams that are playing right now,
They all box out, yeah.
They all box out.
Did you like zone or did you like man on man
In the D zone,
in D zone?
I like man on man. Really,
You do. That's how Carolina plays.
I like man on man. No, to a certain extent, like it depends on where you are. Yeah, you gotta follow the guy up. Not in the sense that he doesn't have the puck. I'm not chasing him way up.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving the
He's a
slot.
threat. I'm there.
If he's up there, I'll kind of come out to the top a bit, top of the hash marks, top of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going past that.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have the puck.
Like Trouba did that the other night. And they
But
scored
that
on
was a set. I think that was,
What was
a
that?
set PK
him. Yeah.
because I looked at that. I'm like, where is this guy
I
going?
know.
I know.
Why is he going that far?
Right.
But I think it was. I think it was two parts. I think he made a mistake. When one guy goes, everybody has to go.
Mm-hmm.
Once one guy goes, if everybody doesn't start doing that, they're going to do what they did. But I think once he started, that top right guy had to slump back in the slot,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't recognize it.
Do you think he should have?
And Reinhart was over.
Mm.
He wasn't way over on
Right,
the left. He was
right.
over on the right side,
Mm.
where the puck side was.
Right.
So it was a really good play.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
he popped out there and he was.
Bang, bang, play.
And by the
They
way,
do that
how many
all the
times
time.
have you seen them do
They
that?
do that all the time.
I mean, they basically played into their hands by doing it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Barkov down.
With that
down,
much
down to
space.
Tkachuk up to
Yeah.
Reinhart.
Andy and I argue all the time
Yeah.
about different hits and stuff.
Do you think the Trouba, he should have been kicked out of the game? He should have been suspended
With the elbow
for the elbow
the other night.
Yeah.
on
launched.
Rodriguez.
Yeah. The elbow to
And it
back.
reminded me of you because, like, I remember, your elbow on.
Well, but he didn't elbow him. He
McCammon.
didn't elbow him. He forearmed him.
Right, forearmed him. It's a difference.
That is a big difference.
Yeah, he didn't get him with the.
No, he elbowed him.
Yeah.
Or he forearmed him.
Yeah.
How many guys
he left,
you know?
He led like
I didn't have a
this.
problem.
He went
with
like this.
The
But
penalty.
he wasn't up here like this. He was like this. He didn't go like that.
Mhm.
He went like this,
Yeah, forward.
forward like this, not with his elbow up.
I don't know.
This is elbowing.
I know.
This is a forearm.
I don't know.
How many guys have
That's
you
an
played
elbow.
with that do
I'll eat
that
that.
forearm shiver? You did it.
I
Oh
know,
my
and I got
So
a penalty for it.
you got suspended in the
You got a penalty.
in the final
You got a penalty.
against
My guy's suspended.
for the elbow on Dean McCammon. Wasn't
Yeah.
that kind of a similar type of
Yeah,
forearm shiver?
I went. He ducked. I went like this. I went
Yeah.
forward and hit him.
prongs. That was completely different, dude. That was a 2-second thing. Trouba led, this
But he
way.
didn't lead like this. He went like this.
right.
I don't know.
By the way, you may disagree, you may not. When you're doing these decisions, you have to look at precedent. You got to look at. They're looking at thousands of these every
Mhm.
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
and they're going okay.
Would you have gotten suspended for that?
What do you think?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you would have, man.
So when you're when you're looking at it, people don't. Oh my God! But he hit him in the head. But he hit him in the head after he went off of his shoulder and his neck. He didn't hit him only in the head.
Right. He kind of grazed his shoulder first.
And then you look at somebody got blown up. What was that hit? Kulikov hit a guy coming across the middle.
Yeah,
Hit VC.
yeah.
He hit him right here, and his shoulder hit him in the head.
And he was out.
But he went through here. He went through his chest. You got a guy skating with his head down like this. What do you think you're going to hit first?
Yeah.
You mean I'm not allowed to hit a guy because he got his head down?
Right. And he was fine, by the way. He was out on the power play a few seconds
Yeah.
later.
Thank you.
What about the penalty? What about if Trouba takes a goddamn tripping call, last 2 minutes, and then he has an elbow, and it's only a 5-on-4? Should that be a 5-on-3?
Two
takes
penalties,
two penalties
before the play is
Before the-
whistled down.
4. It's 4 minutes.
4 minutes, correct.
Because it's the same player.
Yeah.
4 minutes.
Yeah, but it's two different penalties. Should it be
Doesn't-
a 5-on-3? Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Well, that's the discussion.
We kind of created that. We not created it, but we asked
People
that
are
question.
arguing about that.
Should that have been a 5-on-3 power play?
I think they've changed a bunch of the rules.
It's a 5-on-4.
It used to be a 5-on-3.
Okay.
Back in, they'd have a guy serve the
Yeah.
second penalty.
I would think that
They,
would be the
Okay.
proper call.
I think they've changed.
Yeah. I would think if
number
you
of years
trip
ago.
somebody and then you elbow somebody, 2 separate plays, but all in the same sequence prior to
Yeah.
the play being
You
whistled
said you
down,
wanted a 5-on-3
that should be a
on that.
5-on-3.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well,
not.
I do change my opinion.
Dude,
right now.
listen, I have to deal with this because he calls all you guys before we go on this damn podcast. And I'll have a disagreement. He'll be like, well, I talked to a Hall of Famer. Like, God damn it. Every single
One up
time.
me again.
That's right. I'm like, you're wrong. All the Hall of Famers disagree with you, just so you know. So I would
oh my
stop.
God damn it.
I would stop right now. Where can people get this?
Yeah, baby.
Oh, where can they get the
Journey, baby. We're
Let's
on a
go
journey.
right here.
And
Show
how
the
did
camera.
how did this come
Show the
about?
camera, baby.
They can get the Journey in every
Like-
local grocery store, liquor store.
You all over Liz Canada. Liz-
no, they
We're
get in
worldwide.
Alberta and Ontario. Alberta, we're in blah blah Sobeys.
Mhm.
So
Is there a
Find and
website?
Beyond. There is thejourney.com.
Okay.
We're in Ontario, all the LCBOs, and if we're not, go to the manager, tell them to get it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then we're in Missouri and Southern Illinois.
Whose
Every-
idea was this?
Every major grocery chain and liquor store.
Why don't you come to the Summer
on.
Slam with us this Saturday?
Summer Smash.
Yeah,
Summer
Summer
Smash.
Smash.
Yeah.
Didn't even know the name of it.
Summer Slam's a
First-
WWE.
yeah,
exactly.
We can go to both.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
WNBA, is that what you said?
I'm watching that now.
Oh my! I told you.
Cameron Brink, baby. What's up?
They're like,
It's my girl.
tossing these girls around, like these girls that are coming in that are like raising the salaries. and the revenues for all the older girls hate these.
They fucking
hate Caitlin
They
Clark,
fucking hate
and they
that?
elbow her
because they're jealous and they never got any attention
they
until
throw
now.
her and the other girl
Yeah.
from LSU, Angel Reese.
Yeah.
They throw them down to the court. They elbow them. They step on them.
Pretty hardcore.
It is just.
But you feel good.
Are we calling that
Cam
hazing?
got the
that hazing?
package.
Yeah. Well, this, it is what it's always a big topic with Caitlin Clark and stuff like that.
Right.
But like,
He ain't watching.
no, who am I kidding? I'm virtue signaling like you can't believe. But you feel good, man. Your head's good. Your injuries, all the
I've
stuff.
been,
How's your eye?
Eye's all right.
Good.
Yeah. I just got an eye checkup.
You've been doing a
Last
lot of
month.
speaking, public
You
speaking.
have, man.
Yeah.
Every time I turn around, you're on a panel.
Been working on building out my speaking platform, building out
doing
some
that for you?
speeches. I've been doing it.
Because I can schedule
There you
a
go.
lot of things.
There you go. Yeah, just been trying to do more of it, get more reps. Now that I get asked to do a lot of different stuff while my kids were in school and at home, and I just didn't want to travel that much.
No, but now they're gone and stuff.
And now they're out of the house, and I'm like, all right, now's the time.
Are you willing to travel and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
And one of the things that as I've talked to a lot of different people, I've had with the internet
Mhm.
and social media predating my career, early parts of my career, there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that I went through early on in my career that I don't think people really know about.
Yeah.
Everybody always see the accolades and the championships and the trophies and all the stuff over here,
Mm-hmm.
but they forget about the journey and the ups and downs and the early grind
Yeah.
and the difficulties that we have. Everybody, not just an athlete, just everybody.
Well,
It's not easy.
What's a big thing that they
That you
notice?
tell them.
Yeah.
I think you learn, like I created an alter ego for myself. And because I just was not comfortable. Number one, I needed to play a certain way to be effective. I learned that. I figured that out, and I figured out how I needed to prepare myself and the state that I needed to get myself in to play that way. Off the ice, it was the same. I'm not comfortable in public. I was not comfortable talking. I didn't like being around people. And when you're in these situations all the time, I realized, okay, I need to create an alter ego for that too. To be able to be a participant in an event or being out in public, you have to amp yourself up. So my son would see me go out in public and I'm getting myself jacked up. He's like, why do you do that? I'm like, you wait. And he came into a couple events and I'm just getting peppered by people and you get pulled in all these different directions and everybody wants a couple minutes and you're in the middle of a conversation and somebody's firing on you over here. And I'm like, just hold on, let me finish. I'd love to talk to you. Just give me a second. And he sees how much you're being pulled in different directions. And, sometimes they want your attention too. Your kids want your attention. I'm like, you got to wait a second. I need to finish this conversation.
Yeah.
I need to finish this. And then I'll be there for you in 1 second.
Do your kids have your killer in you and them?
I didn't really push it that very
You know what I
much.
mean? Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's organic.
I think my oldest struggled with
Being your son.
living up
I
to
bet.
alleged not my expectations,
No, I know.
outside world expectations. Oh, well, you're this so-and-so son. Do you know how many kids actually live up to that?
Not many.
Not many.
No.
And if that eats at you, and if people are always grinding on you about that, why aren't you more like your dad? Why aren't you more like this? Why you can't even do that?
Yeah.
You know, kids they can be pains in the ass and rude and ignorant.
Yep.
And that ate at him for a while, and I think still does a little bit. But he's in a good place right now. He's loving life down in Dallas, and proud of him. He's got a good eye on what he wants to do, and
Good man.
my middle one was, if there was going to be one that was going to be the assassin, it was going to be the middle one.
So he's one.
He loved hitting people. He loved. He wasn't having fun with it. He just
And
it
that's
wasn't
okay.
and it wasn't like my older one. It wasn't like people were kind of setting expectations. It was just he didn't look like he was having fun, and I'm like, dude, you don't have to play. You can
You were
play
okay.
another sport.
And you were okay.
You're
with
playing another sport.
You're doing something.
You don't have to do that. So he picked up basketball. He loved it. I'm like, dude, have at it. And then my older one saw how much fun he was having. I'm like, well, I want to play. So then he quit and he started playing. And then they just played lacrosse and
Gotta have fun,
basketball.
man.
And
And you were okay with
They
it.
loved
You weren't. You weren't.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I mean, some guys want it.
Mm-hmm.
Other guys, I don't care. I want them to be happy. I want them to be good people.
But have a vision.
Yeah.
Don't just be like,
Yeah. But
have
no, this is what I want to do. At some point.
Yeah.
You might not know when you're younger, but you're going to play a sport. You're going to learn the values that sports teach you.
Mm-hmm.
You fail a lot. You pick yourself up. You go again.
You learn, man.
You learn.
Damn right.
Say hi to Lauren for me.
I will. I will.
She is my favorite Pronger.
Yes,
Lauren.
Yeah.
And listen, all the best, man. Keep doing
give it,
everything
man.
you're doing. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. And we're going to keep bringing you in routinely.
Yeah.
Because they're always
You
fun.
can be part of the podcast.
Always
Hey,
fun.
there we go.
They're always
There we
fun.
go.
Just go sell
Another
some.
money.
By the way,
Can you bring revenue in?
you
start with that.
Yeah, you asked me.
Yeah.
I'm launching a couple podcasts too, so stay tuned.
Oh, yeah. Are you doing a podcast?
I'll be
who's
doing a
hosting with you?
podcast. I'm hosting. I have one with my brother, one with myself, and one with Lauren.
Oh, good.
How's your brother?
He's doing great.
Where are you guys going to do it?
I
He
lives
set
in
you up
California.
in here, too.
He lives
if
in
you want.
California. I built a podcast studio in my house.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's
Who did it? You didn't do it.
I did it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You a
Well,
handyman?
I didn't like do this.
I was going to say. Are
My-
you handy around the house?
No.
My son.
All right, good. I'm glad.
I didn't. And the reason being, I don't want to break anything
Yeah.
because then it's going to cost double.
My hands are too big to like do
Like,
things.
forget it. I can't do it.
I can help out.
Oh God,
Handyman.
please don't.
The handyman, Andy.
Yeah.
Handyman.
The handyman. Pros, you're the best, dude.
Oh, man.
Love you, man.
Yeah.
Love you.
Appreciate it.
You're the best.
Right on, man.
See ya.
Yay.
The Chemistry Podcast is brought to you by Bellman. Behlmann. Bellman Automotive. Located where?
Troy.
Troy, Missouri. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Right on the other side, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the winter. All right, that was Prongs. He's great, man.
Dude, he's so cool, man. I really do like him a lot.
You told him that you look up to him.
I was just about to say that.
He's like 2 feet taller than you. I didn't know if that's
because Andy like his business with everybody. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not.
No, you're more like it's kind of like you text him about opinions and stuff like that, just so you come in here and try to correct me. I don't do that with anybody. I create my own opinion, you know. But I just went to Prongs, and I just want to tell him, man, I gave him a hug. Just remember, I always looked up to you, dude. Because when I was young, I looked up to you, like I did. Like anytime I played against you, I'm like, fucking Prongs. Like, God, what a fucking stud he is. I looked up to him, so that's why I said it to him. Yeah, it may sound kind of nerdy, but I'm dead serious on that. So sometimes you got to be real with people.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, hey, man, do this, do this. No, I fucking looked up to you.
Yeah, that's good.
That's it.
Keep
And
it
you can
real,
chirp
dude.
me all you want for it.
Who's
But
chirping you?
because I know how you brought it.
No.
Right when
You're getting a little
Right,
sensitive.
no. Right when I said it, he's like, hey. And I'm like, no, like I did.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just got to tell you that.
Even Prongs kind of laughed when you said it.
No, he knows what's up. But I did ask him who would win the fight, me or him, and he said me.
He's trying to be nice.
I don't think he's trying to be nice at all.
Well, you should. That's your job. You're an enforcer.
6'6".
It's not like an enforcer. He's tough and he can fight.
I'm just curious. He's a confident guy who's tough. He's 6'6". I'm just curious. Was that a bad question?
Well,
Should I ask?
he was
Could have beat you up instead?
he was trying to be nice.
You think so? So if you would have bet on that, if
Mhm.
we texted him right now,
Mhm.
if he was dead serious, or he's in, if he was,
I don't text him about that type of stuff.
No,
We're
it's
like
about
friends.
more whiskey and stuff, so you can give it away at a golf tournament. So you
Hey.
cool. Andy followed me around
Well,
at a
like-
golf tournament the other day too.
for a little bit.
And he goes to the golf tournament, gets a cart, and just follows us around the whole time.
I was with another group for a little bit. It
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
was good. I
had a
took
good
a
time.
couple putts.
You could did what?
I took a couple putts with your group. I did a
Okay,
couple.
you did good.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
He had sandals.
I did in socks.
He had sandals and socks on in a golf tournament. I had a good time that day.
It was fun.
Me, Jeff Brown, Mike Zook, and Tim
Soupy.
Campbell. Oh wait, me, Jeff Brown, Zuki, Soupy, and
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's a good group right
It was
there.
a damn good group. Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame.
I kept holding up Brownie, and
Oh my God.
Cam's getting all mad.
Well, 'cause Andy
They're
goes
waiting
there
for
to
us
get-
at the next
This
hole.
is where he gets his opinions from. That's why he's got to go to golf tournaments and talk to people. That's exactly what you're doing. You're
Brownie's
about it.
talking to me, and he pulls right out. You know, we're just shooting the shit, and all of a sudden, you guys are waiting for us at the next hole.
for 20 minutes.
Hey, listen, it's an outing, man. It's a good time to
He
catch
held
up.
up
I
everybody.
kind of like golf like that. I like
He didn't play.
That's the best part. I like just going to the golf course
and
it's
talking
on a beautiful day and just talk.
I know what you mean.
I really enjoy that because you kind of feel like you're out in nature, but you're not. But you are.
Well, you could have played in a foursome, but you wanted to only play with us.
Correct.
I know. I don't blame
Hey, you don't blame me for that.
I don't blame you for that. I know. We're fun.
Because I wanted some flexibility to be able to leave when I wanted to leave too. Because I couldn't commit to all day.
It's a long tournament.
All tournaments are long. That's why golf is just. I'm trying to
dude, That's why they're all like, Cam, where'd you go? I'm like, dude, I gotta get the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't go up there and fucking hang out for another hour.
I know.
We've been doing this for
I got a phone call from
6
someone at 4:30. Where are you?
I know.
I'm like, dude, where am I? I'm on my way home.
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Because I go up there and hang out. It's like, it's just,
Ty had practice.
fuck, I gotta get home. You know what I mean?
Anyway, so yeah, hope you enjoyed Prongs, man. He was great. I want to get into. We haven't really gotten into the Don Waddell situation with Columbus. We'll save that till next episode.
Right.
Okay.
Whatever.
Because I want to get into Carolina. There's some interesting things with Carolina.
What's the other big topic in hockey? Right now, nothing going on.
Well, you have free agency starting in a month. Get the combine going on right now. Oh yeah, big shout out to Saginaw, the Spirit, man. I watched that game.
London.
Did you see that game?
Whoa,
Dude, they were out shooting London like 20-1 at one point in the game. And London's goaltender is just standing on his head.
Who is it?
Simpson. Simpson's the last name.
Give him a shout out.
And I'll give Saginaw's goaltender, Oki. Give him a shout out too. 6'2", 20-year-old.
Saginaw, man. I remember playing Saginaw in the O.
But I don't know if they've ever won a Memorial Cup before. They certainly haven't hosted one. So it was an all OHL final. You know, everyone like jockeys the London Knights, and it's all good, man.
Yeah, they get enough praise.
You know what I mean?
It's good to get.
It's kind of like
thrown a little bit.
I didn't need to see them win.
Although we know a lot of people on that team. Like I know, like the John Sims kid, who I love, John Sim, and then my good buddy Eric Bolton's. Both his kids are on there.
Okay.
Who I love.
Yeah, so that's tough. So I went into the game wanting London to win, but as I was watching the game, because Saginaw was up 3-1.
Yeah.
London battled back in the third period. They tied it up. Saginaw wins with 20 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah.
Like a scrum in front.
Good game.
Scrum in front. They were able to get it, just across
Memorial Cup
just across the goal line.
Ever, dude.
Top 5 takeaways from the Pronger interview before we get out of here.
He's very honest.
Okay, that's 1.
We need to get him on again.
2.
Because we're not. We have more questions.
Yeah.
Because I could have asked more questions, but Andy was talking about his plus minus in 2003.
What was it?
He should have gave me a bottle of fucking booze. That pisses me off. And I'm looking in the camera right now.
That's 3.
Prongs, I know you're listening to this. Why did you hook him up and not me? Why? You elbowed me in my jaw one time. Like, don't you owe me that? Hook me up with a bottle of booze. The bottom line is, Chris Pronger is one of the most influential players to ever exist in the National Hockey League. He's a top 6 defenseman, in my opinion, that if I'm going to put a fucking 60 men together, he's going to be one of them of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Prongs is a part of that. He's got that mean, tough spirit, dude, and I like him a lot, man. I do. I listen to him. He's a smart man.
Yeah.
He owes me a bottle of booze, but he's a smart man, and I like him a lot.
Yeah, no.
And I looked up to him, Andy.
I know
you gonna make fun of me about that?
I know you did. He was great, dude. We can go in so many different directions, and you know what? We didn't talk a ton of hockey with him. I know you're making it sound like we did, but what we talked about with him was we hadn't talked about before. Yeah. So we haven't had too many guests that have come on twice. I don't mind bringing guys on the second time because who we didn't have on camera the first time. It just presents. Of course, it's a different,
no doubt.
Situation.
And don't you guys want that too, dude? Look at our. By the way, all you guys. Some of you, because I get these messages all the time.
Yeah.
Cam, get this guy on. We fucking had him. Cam, get this guy on.
I know.
We had him.
I know.
Look at our lineup, and you tell us pre-video who you guys want on. Look at our lineup. Do you want another guy on? Because we've had the biggest big dicks going. Name a couple guys that you want on, and we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll get on it right now. We want to hear from you guys.
Hey,
by the way.
firstform.com/CamandStrick. That is our link. You have to use our link.
Got to use our link, baby.
And, dude, we had so much fun. We love those guys, dude.
I know, man.
They are
people.
They are.
There are people.
And they treat us like family, dude.
Yes, they do. So we love First Form. It's a tight-knit group. If you know, you know. But if you need to know, then know about it. Like, listen to us. Look up their stuff. Go to their app.
Mm-hmm.
Just see what they're all about. And you'll be like, I get you. I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I get this. Workout, fucking just like
No,
tight.
it's a
community.
lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, man. You appreciate things.
It's a discipline.
Yeah, it's a completely disciplined, but everybody still has fun. It's not like you go there and we're like, hey, no, everybody's having fun, drinking, doing their thing. But hell, the next day, all those guys worked out.
Yeah.
Besides Andy and I. They worked out the next day.
I called First Form Nick this morning. I said, are you at work? He's like, of course I am. I'm like, oh. He's like, why wouldn't I be? I go, I didn't know they gave you guys the day off today because of the weekend.
No,
and everything.
you got work to do.
Yeah.
You got a job to do.
Yeah, I know.
But I bet you that Sunday, all those guys got up and worked out.
They don't lie.
They don't lie about that shit.
No,
dude.
they don't lie about anything.
Look at their bodies.
Um,
If Andy said, I worked out the next day, you'd be like, go fuck yourself.
I could be Aoki. I could do that.
You think you everything.
I could be
you wanna
a
be
Vegas.
everything.
I could be a Vegas DJ. You know, if I had like the hair or whatever, you just gotta have the
You
look.
don't.
Okay.
You don't have the look. You don't have the voice.
I
You
used
don't
to-
have the
I used to
style.
have the hair.
You don't have the rhythm. You don't have
I
anything.
used to have the hair.
Yeah, but you don't.
So you just learn how to do the ones and twos and do all that, and you got the music mixing.
Get up in the camera and do what he did. Get up in the camera real quick and dance like Steve Aoki did. Go ahead. Do it.
No, I don't need to do that right now. No, that's not what he did.
No, he did. Take the cake.
Yeah.
Put you.
Yeah. Now he throws cakes.
Don't throw.
They look damn good.
Oh, by the
Those
way,
cakes look.
I saw a video. Stevie Aoki is up there. Andy Frisella comes on stage. He's like, everybody's like, Andy. Not Andy Strickland. Andy Frisella. Big difference. And Andy takes a cake. And it's like, ready? And he throws it. And some girl ducks her head. And another girl goes, in like slow motion. It's the funniest.
Man.
She doesn't give a fuck because they're all
So he does that. That's his thing. He throws cakes.
cake. Yeah.
Wait, who wants to get hit by a cake?
Not me. I like him.
I mean,
Don't hit me with a
I'll
cake.
go to your show, but I'm
Don't
not. Don't throw cake on me.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'll have
like-
acne.
Like Aoki, we can be good. Like you're.
I'll have acne.
He's worth $120 million from like playing music.
More than that, dude.
Okay, well,
You're off on
I'm
your.
telling you
age
that's
of-
what it says.
That's off, dude.
Okay.
Look what I'm worth. It'll say $7 million.
No, it won't.
Look it up. I did it the other day on the radio show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, 120 million is what it says. So yours is higher.
higher than
Okay, but in yours,
most-
but everyone else is lower.
no,
You're saying?
most people. It's the opposite.
No, he's from a very wealthy family.
Mine's higher. Most people they evaluate.
Do you know
lower,
his
like Conor
family?
McGregor.
His family started that like hibachi restaurant or whatever.
Oh, he's worth a fuck ton. But he seems
Yeah.
cool as shit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we gotta go.
Yeah, we got to go. So firstform.com/Cam and Strick. Hat launch, baby.
Yeah, man.
Get those hats.
We love you guys.
Say hi to Danny and Jordan
Danny
and
and Jordan,
everybody.
love you
There's like
guys.
2 Jordans, man.
Those guys are cool as hell.
They're
dude.
cool as shit.
They're the real.
Customize your hat. The #1 source for customized hats in
They tell a
North
story.
America, dude.
Every hat tells a
Yes.
story.
Yes.
Check it out. Hat
Yes.
launch.
Yes.
Go to Hat Launch for all your stuff,
For everything.
your clothes, your hats,
Yes.
anything. Look up all their stuff, man, and they will fucking take care of you. They are the best in the
Yeah,
business.
they are.
What do you think First Form uses them?
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Damn right.
Now you know. Illinois Recovery Center, Cam.
That's another thing, man. If you know, you know, you know. And you do know. So get it going now. Christy and Eric will take care of you, and they'll do it right now. They don't care about the insurance. They don't care about any of that bullshit. They want you in there, and they want to help you.
Yeah.
They truly, truly care. It's not
Yes,
some
they do.
doctor that's never been through the bullshit. These guys have been through it all. They will take care of you. That's the Illinois Recovery Center. Check them out. Swansea, Illinois.
IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
We love all of them. Too.
Cam at Bellman, you get no.
Swinging dicks. I mean, fuck that shit. Your wife can go buy a car there. They don't care about your credits. They will take care of you as well.
Say hi to Danny boy.
Danny, what up, baby?
And Kenny.
God damn it, Kenny. Get back to fucking work. I told you.
Say hi to Dale.
Dale, get Kenny back to goddamn work. We got shit to do.
Hey,
Love
get
you guys.
yourself a Buick GMC,
We love you
Chrysler,
guys.
Dodge, Jeep Ram. Support all our sponsors. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on all social medias and say what up to Maddie. Say thank you to Maddie.
Maddie, love all you guys, man. Right
Everybody
on.
here at the Half Coast Studios.
Baby.
man. Appreciate all the support.
Hey, don't get too somber this week because there's no hockey, man.
That's all right.
It's coming Saturday,
Catch
dude.
up
Let's
on the
party
podcast.
Saturday, man. We'll talk to you then. Love you guys. Be cool.